Hey, what's up, Dorkhammer peeps? Phil here, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Skaven book for the Warhammer Armies Project. I'm doing this because I have a Skaven army to play I'm currently in a campaign or about to be in a campaign where we're going to be playing Skaven 8th edition. I eventually want to play ninth, and I had somebody recommend this in one of the comments. So let's go see who did this. It was Warhammer 100%. To shoot this Skaven in the next. I would do it myself, but I'm very disappointed with it. I'm not sure what you're disappointed with, but I wanted to do this anyway, so I might as well do it now. If you want to go check out Warhammer 100%, he does a little more of the, it looks like 40K stuff, which is cool. He's got about the same amount of subscribers as me. Looks like he's just getting started up as well. Got quick videos though. When I will go subscribe to it just for the heck of it. But anyways, yeah, guys, this is why I'm doing this video, and yeah, just appreciate anybody that comments on my stuff. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and all that good stuff. I'm gonna pull this up right here, guys, because sometimes I'll see rules in here that I forget about because I smoke way too much pot in my 20s, so I don't remember as much as I used to. Here we go, guys. All right, so let's get started. I do have the Skaven book, but I'm gonna try to go by my crappy memory as to what's different, what's not. From I guess this one goes back to 7th edition, guys. So let's pause it real quick and get down to the special army rules. Okay, so here we go, guys. All right, so scurry away is the first thing. All right, all models in the Skaven army use the rules for swift stride when fleeing. So this is a little bit different, guys. I think because I believe in the past it was they just add +1. Yeah, I believe that's what it was when you flee. And we'll look up Swift Stride real quick, just to double check. Here in 9th edition, so Swift Stride is basically charging, fleeing, pursuing 3d6 discard low. So that's about what I thought it was. So basically, they're going to be running further than normal. All right, cool. I like it. Let's see what else we got. Strength and numbers, units with a Swift calculate the leadership. The rank bonus. Okay, so this is about the same. Looks like it's the same. Basically, the ranks in the Skaven army add to your leadership. So if you have a leadership 5 and you have 3 ranks, past the first one. So say you have a 20 clan rats, that would be leadership 8, right? If you have if you have 5 ranks back, it'd be leadership 10. Of course, just know that as I mentioned before, guys, if let's say you have 5 ranks back, or you would basically, if you have 5 ranks in for your leadership, that would be basically 6 block of guys, right? So you'd have to be 6 wide to abide with the rank and file rules. Okay, so you'd have to be 6 by 6. You can't be 5 by 6 unless you have some special army rules for that, like Bretonians or something. I just went over that in the last book. So that's nothing crazy here. Let's see, is there anything new here? Note that saving is basically, and then it modifies with their. Okay, so this is the same. Basically, you can use the general's leadership and then add the rank bonus. So if your general's leadership 8, you got 2 or 3 ranks. It's going to be basically leadership test. Any bonus from the ranks? Okay. All right. So then, hold on a second. Any bonus from the ranks of the general's unit is not passed on to units with his inspiring presence range. What? Am I missing something there? I don't know. Oh, so if you get any bonus for inspiring presence, then I guess you don't pass that on. You just do the basic leadership. Maybe I'm missing something here. I'm not sure. This is the first time I've seen this. If for any reason it also, for instance, fleeing units do not have a rank bonus. So fleeing Skaven must use their basic leadership. So yeah, you don't have a rank bonus. So if your leadership, basic leadership 5, you're rolling on 5, and then you get there's a rule if you lose more than 75% of, you only have less than 25% of your original unit left, you go at half of your leadership. So you'd have to roll like a 3 or under or something like that in order to to rally with a unit that's been like decimated. Okay, I'd have to look that up, but we're just gonna go off of my memory for that. Verminous Valor. If a Skaven player refuses a challenge, Skaven character is placed in the back rank. He may not attack. Valor holds your ground ability. So basically the same kind of thing, guys. Skaven players can go to the back, or a Skaven character can go to the bank rank, but you just can't use that model's leadership or your hold your ground ability. I forget what hold your ground does. I'm not really sure. Let's look it up real quick. Oops. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. That's why. Hold your ground. hold your ground. Okay. To represent the battle standing presence, friendly models within 12 inches. Oh, I'm stupid. So you can reroll. So panic and basic psychology test, break test, whenever, from the BSB. That's basically what it is. If your opponent has a line of sight value of 5 or more, the range of your holding is increased by 6 inches. Oh, so that's kind of cool. So basically, if you're on a bigger, it just means that if you're on a monster or something like that, you can increase your inspire or your hold your ground ability. So that's kind of like the general's inspiring presence when they're on a dragon. It'll go to 18 inches instead of 12. So pretty cool. Clan Enmity. Units belonging to Greater Clans, Pestilence, Eshin, Molder, Scryer, may only be joining characters in the same clan. Pretty basic stuff. Scavenge Pile. Here we go, guys. Let's see if there's anything special. 12-inch range. Strength 5. This is for Warp Black Pistol. Armor Piercing, Magical Attacks, Quick to Fire, Unstable Ammunition. I don't think there's anything new there. Unstable Ammunition. Anytime weapon that uses as a result of 1, roll to hit. Roll another dice. On a 1, the gun misfires and fire hits himself. It hits himself. I think that's kind of basic. Tail weapon, the model gains +1 attack. Note that this attack does not gain any of the rules of other weapons the model might carry. I think in the prior edition, guys, this was a stink 3 hit. So if you have a stronger character or whatever that you add this to, a champion or whatever, I believe it'll go at their strength. So that's kind of an upgrade, I think. All right. So Rat Hound Bodyguard. A model with a Rat Hound upgrade can make an additional weapon skill 3, strength 3, initiative 3 attack. However, on a hit to roll from 1 from this attack, the Rat Hound will instead inflict an automatic hit on its owner, which is pretty dumb. I don't know if it was like that before. I just don't understand stupid stuff like that. Just like, why would you even take that? Like, it's not even worth it. Just one little extra attack, and then you roll a 1 and probably hit yourself, possibly wound yourself. I just would never take that. I don't know. That's just me. Warpstone token. So these are the same. Hopefully they're the same as before, I guess, or maybe better. A wizard may choose to eat a Warpstone to boost his power before casting a spell. Announce which model is eating a Warpstone token. Each token can be used only once. For each token, the wizard can add additional power dice. Pretty simple. This one allows us to use more than a better level. A spell may be cast with the Warpstone token entirely with Warpstone tokens if you wish. However, for every Warpstone generator, so this is basically the same. So you can use just tokens alone, these Warpstone tokens dice alone. For instance, this last game I played, I had Thankful. Thankful adds D6 plus 2 Warpstone tokens, and I got 8 of them. So I literally could have cast a spell with 8 dice, and I was playing 8th edition, y'all. And 8th edition, you're capped off at casting 6 dice on any spell, not like 9th edition / Warhammer Armies Project, where you can use more. If I'm not mistaken, you can throw as many dice. I'll have to read up on that, but what I didn't know is that if I could have used these don't count towards the 6. If you're playing 8th edition, guys, at all, these don't count towards that. These are just extra tokens you can add to the pool. So if you have 8 of them, you could throw 8 of them in miscast or whatever. But you really want to get a spell off, you use these babies, right? That's what they're for. All right. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Warlord. Looks the same stuff. Weapons of 6, strength 4, toughness 4 attacks. Yeah, nothing crazy there. Verminous Valor, strength and numbers. All right, Grace Ears. Looks like the same kind of stuff. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go. Let's see. Anything different here? Weapons of strength 3, toughness 4, 3 wounds. Same stuff. Curse of the Horned Rat. Is this new? I don't know. Curse of the Horned Rat is a direct answer with a range of 24 inches that can target infantry units. The unit suffers 3d6 hits with no single model, though no single model can be hit more than once. Each model hit is automatically the same, with only magic resistance being allowed to save. So it'll be ward saves against the twisting power of the Horned Rat. If the whole unit, so this is a little bit weaker. So this is basically the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because I used this last game. It used to be 4d6 hits. And I just don't know how 3d6 is going to do it unless you roll super duper high or just, take out a small unit, right? I mean, I guess it's good for taking out chaff, like maybe like 10 bowmen or something like that. But yeah, I'm not crazy about the 3d6. I guess because I'm Skaven. If before you were not allowed any saves. If the whole unit is removed, the captain replace them with a number of clan rats equal to the number of casualty with a normally allowed equipment or command facing the same direction as before. The casting player now controls this unit. Yeah. Yeah, so basically the same thing, except you have a ward save and it's 1 less dice. So it's tremendously weaker. It's tremendously weaker. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Okay, so here's the Screaming Bell, guys. Let's see what's different about it. It's got a 4 aboard save, magic resistance 2. So basically 2 aboard save. This model, and then you have a stubborn rule. So this is different too. Man, it looks like Skaven got nerfed again. So basically, it's no longer unbreakable with the Screaming Bell. It's just stubborn. I don't like it. Above the master, the Grace here may use the Verminous Valor to refuse channel, but does not move to the back of the unit, but instead climbs hammer. So it's the same. So you can stay on top of the bell. All right. We're not going to read every single one of these, guys. We'll just see if anything stands out. I don't remember all the older ones. Anything crazy here? Definitely. I'm just going to kind of quickly gloss over these. I mean, 17 is a pretty good roll. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna go over all of you. Can take a look for yourself. Let's see with the bad stuff. If any double the roll, backlash matter reverberates in the Screaming Bell. Apply the following effect in addition to the result on the chart. Your unit pushing the Screaming Bell immediately takes D6 strength 4 hits. Nothing crazy. Triples 2d6 strength 5 hits. That's not great. And the Screaming Bell suffers a strength 5 hits. So not great. Rolling doubles and triples. Just the way it is. I mean, I guess Apocalyptic Doom is pretty good. All models within 12 inches take strength 4 hit with no armor saves. That's kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of nice especially if you're like, going against some knights. But of course, with the bell, it's very much based on, luck. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just seems like it got nerfed too. So Vermin Lord, to see if they got any better. Movement 8, weapon skill 8, strength 6, toughness 6. If I remember correctly, they used to be strength 5. I'm not sure. You know what, guys? I'm gonna pause it and take a look just on this. Yeah. Let's do that. All right, I'm back, guys, and whatever. I do what I want. I just got curiosity got the best of me. I'm looking through the book right now. So Vermin Lord is 500 points. We'll look at that too and see. So basically, yeah. Actually, it's the other way around, guys. It's actually strength 6, toughness 5 wounds, and now it has 6 wounds. Initiative 10, which it had before. 5 attacks, leadership 8. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. So here's another thing that is never mind. It has a 5 aboard save either way. So everything's the same except for the toughness and the wounds, which is an upgrade. Now, I'm dying to know how many points the Vermin Lord is now. He seems a little bit more viable. And if he's less points, that's going to be a huge upgrade for the Vermin Lord. Because I've looked at him and I just thought the Vermin Lord just is not worth it. And who knows, maybe he's not. So you can take the Curse of the Horned Rat spell. I mean, whatever, it's cool. If he could, you know what would be cool, guys? If the Vermin Lord could fly, that would be super sweet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments below. All right, so Vermin Lord warps here. So they have different ones of these, I guess. What is this? Oh yeah, that's right. There's different Vermin Lords. Yeah, there is. I'm not gonna go over all this stuff. Let's see. Wait, maybe we'll go over one special. Let's see. In the close combat, Vermin Lord Deceivers. Vermin Lord Deceiver. Vermin Lord Warp Seers. Vermin Lord Corruptor. So there's basically like 4 or 5 different kinds of Vermin Lords. Let's just go over them real quick. What the hell? Why the hell not, right? A Warp Seer must choose spells from the Lord of Ruin. Can reroll failed casting attempts when attempting to cast a Warp Lightning spell. I like that. Magic item, Scry Orb. Gains a 6+ ward save while it carries this item. Once per game in the shooting phase, you may choose to throw the Scry Orb. If you do so, the bonus ward save is immediately lost for the rest of the game. I mean, it's a 6-up. What are you gonna do? To throw the Scry Orb, place a small round template with its center anywhere within 12 inches of the Vermin Lord Seer and within its line of sight. Scatter the thing D6 using the scatter dice and a D6. Models touched by the template must pass an initiative test or be destroyed. Ooh, okay. No saves of any kind allowed. All right. I kind of think I like that. I don't know if I would take this guy. I mean, that's kind of tough. Having a 6-up ward save. Of course, you're still. I'm guessing you're still strength 6, toughness 6, 6 wounds. it'd be interesting to see how that works in battle. All right, next one. Let's see, Verminlord Deceivers. Special enemy units that target a Verminlord Deceiver with a shooting text of a -1 hit modifier in addition to other modifiers. So I guess you take away large target. Shadow Strider. A Verminlord must choose all its spells from the lore of stealth. Now I'm not familiar with this. Maybe this is new with the ninth edition and can reroll. Oh, never mind. It's just called the lore of stealth instead of plague. I guess it is, right? So we'll find out here in a little bit. So reroll failed casting attempts when attempting to cast Skitter Leap from Lore Stealth, and can choose it itself as a target of the spell. Warp Stiletto. I guess the Vermin Lord pops on a big old pair of stilettos and prances around. Attacks made with this weapon have the armor, piercing, and poison attacks roll. Replaces the Doomglaive. So armor piercing and poison attacks. Which one would you rather? No, would you rather have D3 wounds, or would you have armor piercing and poison attacks? I think with I don't know, it's kind of nice. Strength 6, and you got poison attacks and piercing, and you're hitting on twos. I guess you know what, the poison attacks is +1 to wounds. So if you're going against something that's super tough or something like that, I guess I would help. Like you're trying to beat up a steam tank or something like that, or something else that's toughness 10, like the Anvil of Doom or something. I don't know if it's still toughness 10 in WAP, but who knows? Anyways, it's interesting. I still think the warps, this Scry Orbs thing is kind of cool. Very, very Skaven-y. The Doomstar magic weapon. This is a missile weapon, 12 inches, strength size user, so strength 6. Arcing Death. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's right here. Quick to fire, poison attacks. So kind of nice. A weapon with this special makes as many shots as the number of models in the front rank of the target that are within range. So you want to target something that's a horde. Kind of interesting. And they're going to be strength 6 attacks from 12 inches away. Quick to fire, so I guess that means you don't suffer any modifiers. Let's look that up real quick, and I will pause it because I have a book in my hand. Okay, quick to fire. Quick to fire weapons do not suffer a -1 hit for moving and shooting. In addition, to quick fires can always be used to stand and shoot against a charging enemy, even if that enemy were too close for such a charge reaction to be declared. So you can use it even if they're within half their shooting range or whatever, which I think that's what it is. Furthermore, quick to fire weapons may be used once per turn when declaring a charge. Oh, unless they're also move or fire. Immediately after enemy has declared a charge reaction. All right. If the enemy unit chose to stand and shoot or fire and flee, both units can fire at the same time. So man, quick to fire is kind of cool. Quick to fire weapons can be used this way even if the unit starts its charge outside the weapon's maximum range. The shooting is normally assuming the enemy is just within the maximum range of the shooting unit's shortest range weapon. If the charge fails, we assume the charge is close to within the weapon range first. Any shots fired in the manner suffer -1. So pretty cool, guys. You can actually shoot when you're charging, when you're getting charged, when you're standing and shooting, when you're moving, I guess marching as well. So quick to fire is kind of nice. So this is a shooty little Skaven, or what do you call it? Vermin Lord. Pretty cool. Vermin Corruptors. All right, Vermin Lord Corruptors. Special rules: Plague Master, a Vermin Lord Corruptor. I'm talking kind of fast. I know that, guys. It's an anxiety thing, so I'll try to slow it down. A Vermin Lord Corruptor must choose all its spells within the lore Plague. So is there Plague, Stealth, and Ruin now? I guess. And can reroll failed casting attempts when attempting to cast Plague, which I forget what Plague is. All right, magic items. Plague Reapers, 2 hand weapons. Attacks made with these weapons always have the always strikes first rule. This replaces the Doomglaive. I like this a lot. This is pretty freaking sweet. I don't know if it was like that before, guys. I'll look it up real quick. This I will look up. You know what, guys? I'm silly. I think I'd seen part of this book like one day, and I thought that these Vermin Lord options were available, but it looks like they're not. It's just a basic Lord with 500 points, and yeah. So I like that this. I'm looking through here. Like I thought I saw something to do like that, but I'm only seeing a basic Vermin Lord. Strength 6, toughness 5, wounds 5, or whatever, 500 points, 5 up ward save. Which, like I said before, I don't think I'd ever take it just to. Unless I was just screwing around, want to have fun, try something out, because I think the model looks amazing. But yeah, I really like this. Basically, the dude's gonna have 6 attacks, right? That's with the 2 hand weapons. Always strikes first, and won't have the D3 wounds thing, but always strikes first, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what always strikes first does in 9th edition. Always. Oops. First, does it let you reroll? How does it work? Models with a special rule strike first in close combat, regardless of initiative. If a model with this rule is fighting an enemy with the same ability, the model with the higher initiative will strike first. So he has always strikes first. And am I crazy? And he has, you know, 10 initiative. He's gonna be kicking some ass. In addition, if the model's initiative is higher than their enemies when it is their turn to attack, they can reroll. So this is interesting, guys. So you got an always strikes first Vermin Lord that is probably going to have a higher initiative than pretty much anything. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff out there that might have initiative 10 as well, but most things he's going to be re-rolling his hits. So he's basically going to have, re-rolling hits. He's going to be hitting on. Let's go look at his weapon skill again. His weapon skill, man, I am liking this. Weapon skill 8. So he's going to be hitting a lot of stuff, period, right? Initiative 10, 6 attacks, re-rolling hits, re-rolling misses, and then he's going to be wounding most things on a 2. This thing is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I would definitely. This is the one I like so far. I mean, screw the Doomglaive. D3. I mean, you'll have D3 wounds, but you'll be hitting less, right? Because you don't have always strikes first. All right, so very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see if something else changes my mind. Let's look at the Vermin Lord. Love the Vermin Lord Corruptors. Let's look at the Warbringers real quick. So now we have the Warbringers. Let's see, Verminous Fury. A Vermin Lord Warbringer must choose all its spells from the Lord Ruin and can reroll Fast Fail casting attempts when attempting to cast Death Frenzy. I'm guessing this one is frenzied. Doomglaive and Punch Dagger, so 2 weapons. 2 hand weapons. Attacks made with these weapons have the killing blow and multiple wounds special rules. Very interesting. Very interesting. So it's +1 attack, right? +1 attack, and he's got killing blow and multiple wounds special rules. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's pretty cool. I guess this would be cool for fighting like I guess since you have a higher initiative, fighting like ogres or other kind of monstrous cavalry or beasts or whatever. But or maybe even characters with, I don't know. It's still pretty cool, but I think I would still take the always strike first, the corruptor guy instead. I just think that always strikes first is extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. I mean, now you got a freaking wizard who is going to kick some ass. Favorite one so far. Let me know what y'all think. Yeah, I just don't see how anything beats this. It's really, really cool. And we'll check out those upgrades here. You know what, guys? We're going to do something out of character. We're going to go look at that. I am too interested to find out how many points this badass is. I like it. I like it. The only thing I don't like, this might take a little bit to load, guys. Let's pause it. And then it loaded right away, guys. All right, so let's look at these points. This is interesting to me. Let's see. Just look at this one, and we'll go back, okay? Because it does what I want. Okay. Where's he at? Where's he at? Lord, Vermin Lord. Where are you at? Vermin Lord, 450 points. So very, very interesting, guys. So here's my corruptor. What? He's only 5 points? I guess because he has no armors and no ward save. That's what it is, right? I guess he would not have a ward save anymore. So you trade a ward save for having a super combat heavy guys that has always strikes first. I mean, you could say that. Man, I don't understand, guys. I would take this guy every time. Yeah, I mean the warp seer is kind of nice, but I'd rather have the corruptor. I don't know. For only 5 points, 455 points, you get a Lord that's 6, toughness 6 attacks, 6 wounds, initiative 10, always strikes first. That's freaking beast, guys. That's freaking beast. Let's go back up here. I'm gonna pause it while I do that. Okay, guys. So I switched over to PDF just because I think it was being silly with loading. So all right, we're past the Vermin Lords, which I love the upgrade. I think it's a big upgrade to them. Just the points getting knocked off is a huge upgrade. And yeah, and the wounds and the toughness was a big upgrade. So something bad for the Screaming Bell, something good for the Vermin Lords. Okay, so we're going to go with the Clan Rats. Basic crap. Strength and numbers, same shit. Storm Vermin. Tell me they did something for the Storm Vermin. They just in battle, guys. I tried them out. And they just weren't that great. Initiative 5, weapons skill 4, strength 3, toughness 3. They got halberds with whatever. Maybe they'll have like heavy armor or something like that, and they'll have a 4-up save instead. I think they will probably will. Let's see what else we got here. Skaven Slave, weapons skill 2, strength 3, toughness 3. Normal guys, normal stuff here, guys. Rat swarms. 8 wounds now. I don't think they had 8 wounds before. I think they have 8 attacks. That's kind of interesting. I'm looking that up right now, guys. I'm gonna look this one up. Just I know I said what it is, but yeah, it just it interests me. Rat Swarm. Where are you at? Rat Swarm, 25 points. They had 5 attacks before. They had 5 wounds before. So this thing is more of a tar pit now. Very, very cool. All right, Plague Monks. Let's see if they got any kind of upgrade. I don't think they did. Frenzy, Scare Away, Strength in Numbers. Same thing, right? They got 2 hand weapons, Strength 3, Toughness 4. I was kind of hoping they'd be Strength 4, Toughness 4, but yeah, it's not going to happen. So the Plague Banner may be activated at the start of close combat phase. For the remainder of the phase, models may reroll rolls to hit and to wound. So that's basically just a Plague Banner. Yeah, so I mean that's the normal thing. Plague Priest. I like these Plague Priests, but yeah. The Plague Priest, we have a Plague Lord now and a Plague Priest. So that's interesting. I don't think we had a Plague Lord before. So I like that. Yeah. Yeah, Plague Lord. It was a no. It's not a thing. So Plague Lords are kind of cool. Weapon skill 5, strength 4, toughness 5, 3 attacks, 7 leadership. So yeah, kind of interesting. You can have kind of a combaty Lord here. I wonder how many points he'll be. We'll check it out later. We won't cheat ahead this time, guys. Here's the Censer Bearers. I totally want to try out these guys. I like that they have hatred. I don't think they had hatred before. Checking this because, guys, these are things that I want. Yeah, they had hatred before. Never mind. They're skirmishers. They have hatred. They're frenzied. They got strength 5 on the charge, and then they have the sensors, which make you take toughness tests. You can only take a wound yourself if you roll a 6, right? That's always something, but whatever. Plague Claw Catapult, 7 toughness. I get a crew with strength 3, toughness 4, not bad. So it's like a Plague Monk back there. Basically, it's a 48-inch range, strength 2, ignores armor save, and it's I forget if the Plague Claw Catapult. I guess it's treated as a stone thrower. Oh, they use a large template, so that's pretty cool. So strength 2, and you ignore armor save, so that's pretty good. I think this would be pretty good for like trying to hit a big horde of anything, right? Trying to wound a monster, it's gonna be kind of tough, so you want to send that into hordes. All right, Plague Furnace. Let's see if it's worth it, guys. I just took it into. I played this last weekend with it, and I just was very underwhelmed by it. Maybe that's just because I went against orcs and goblins, which have high toughness. But the toughness tests, I was failing toughness tests, and it did me more damage than I did with it, and I couldn't even get it to work. But that could be because I was going against Grimoire Ironhide, who has always strikes first and beat the living shit out of me. So all right, so let's see what we got here. Billowing Death. Billowing Death follows the rules of breath weapons, can be used in every turn. All models hit must pass a toughness test or suffer one with the ignore armor saves and magical attack special rule. All clans pestilence. See, I like this, guys, because this wasn't like this before. You get +1 for their test, so I love that because we're gonna be strength 4, right? So toughness is gonna be basically 5. So yeah, I like that because it's gonna be basically only a 6 can. See, I think this is how it should be. Only 6 will hurt you because I took such an ass beating. I lost 5 guys my first round of combat before Homeboy could even tell anything. And he rolled well, right? Like I think he only lost 1 or 2, and I lost 5, and that's just like that's BS. It should be a little harder for my guys who are pushing it to be hit. So I like that on this Plague Furnace. I don't know if it had magic resistance too, but I like that too. So basically, they have a 2-up ward save against magic, right? Magical attacks. Pretty cool. So I say a 2-up ward save. It would be a 5-up ward save. Causes fear. It no longer causes terror, which I think it did before. Okay, record attack. So the Plague Furnace may inflict a special attack after all the attacks have been resolved, inflicting an artillery dice of hits against the set. See, okay. So this is different because I think before it was a breath weapon that you would use backwards from the front of the Plague Furnace. Okay, so now you're using artillery dice with the hits against a single enemy unit to their front. A roll of a misfire means that something went wrong. You controlled the thing below. So this is good, guys. Look, so the Plague Furnace immediately takes D3 wounds, and the unit pushing it takes D6 strength 5 hits. If I'm not mistaken, this thing was just destroyed. Let's double check that because I think that's how it was before, but let's double check because if it is like that, then this is a huge improvement. So Plague Furnace, guys. Uh, yeah. Oh, it didn't it actually had magic resistance before, but I didn't. Oh, you know what? I don't see any impact hits, y'all. So it doesn't cause impact hits. That's a nerf. That's a nerf. But let's check out the. No, looks like it's the same, guys. So it's just D3 wounds, D6 automatic, string 5 hits. So yeah, oh man. Okay, all right. That's what it is. So yeah, I guess I don't like that it doesn't have impact hits. So yeah, I mean it got an increase with the billowing death thing, guys, but I don't think that it's that great. So yeah, that's the only thing that was good. The rest seems like it was kind of nerfed. Yeah, gotta be honest, guys. Um, what you gonna do? All right, next thing, guys. All right, let's see what we got here. Plague rat swarms. We already looked at those. 8 attacks, 8 wounds. I like it. Nice little tar pit. And I think they're only like 25. We'll see how much they are. I think they were 25 points for. So we have Night Runners here, guys. Strength and numbers. Vanguard. They do have a Vanguard, so that means they'll have to. They are on foot, so that means they would have a 6-inch Vanguard. I like it. I like it. I mean, I like any kind of skirmisher stuff like that, like shades for dark elf, anything like that. That's guys just doing that kind of stuff. All right, so gutter runner. Okay, gutter runners are a little better with the ballistic skill of 4. I wonder if that was like that before. Gutter runners were ballistic skill 4. Yeah, they were. Okay. They got nerfed on leadership. What the heck, dude? They seem to have nerfed these a lot of the Skaven stuff so far. I don't like it so much. I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, they have a better initiative, but I'd rather have better leadership in case you lose some of your guys, and yeah, you're screwed. Um, they have a 6-up dodge, which I guess is good, but I think that's only for close combat. I don't believe that's, if I remember correctly, it's only for close combat. So they have snare nets now, which I think they had before. Let's double check. So these guys, they had snare. They have the snare nets. No. Oh yeah, they did. They did. So snare net counts as a shield. Any animal -1 weapon skill, -1 initiative. That's how it was before. Now it's when it's their turn to attack, roll a d6 for each model armed with snare nets. On a 2+, and one enemy model in base contact is ensnared and suffers -1 attack. Both rider and mount. Ooh, I think I like this better. Okay, so check this out, guys. It used to be it counts as a shield, so I guess you would get a 6+ armor save, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I guess you get a 6+ armor save against whoever attacks you. And now on a 2+, you reduce an attack of any character or any character or model or their mount, rider or their mount. Sorry, guys, I kind of fell back in my chair a little bit. Before it used to be -1 weapon skill and initiative without rolling anything. I say, even though it's a 2+, right? And of course, you can always roll a 1+. There's one. You know what though? You know what? I guess it's just one less attack. It's like it's one less guy there, right? So it's not too bad, right? I guess if you just have like knights there or whatever, and I mean that's not terrible. It's not terrible. I think it's a little bit better, but I wish it wasn't on a 2+. So like, why on a 2+? Why not just automatically? Come on. Like if you roll a 1 and it's kind of like BS. Whatever. I guess it's better at the end. You're probably going to roll 2+ every time, or most times, right? But I still wish it was just every time. Assassins. Let's see how these assassins are. Weapon skill 7, strength 4, toughness 4, ballistic skill 6, initiative 9, 4 attacks. That's a master assassin. So now you have a master assassin, you have a regular assassin. So is a master assassin just like a lord assassin now? Leadership 8, pretty damn good. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that, but it's interesting that they added these guys as master assassins and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, better ballistic skill. I see it used to be 5 guys. These have 3 attacks, two wounds. I mean, no, ballistic skill is 5 on a regular assassin. Never mind. So, but it's a better weapon skill now. So that's kind of nice. All right. So let's see if there's anything else here that we see that's different, or maybe notice. Try not to take too long. Works on stars, ocean triads. Eshin Triads. So we have Triads. Okay, so Eshin Triads is a unit of 3 Skaven assassin that's hunting down and killing vulnerable. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So you got a unit of 3 assassins that are going to go out and mess some people up. So they got a 5-up dodge, poison attacks, skirmishers. I like this. This is cool. Eshin sorcerers. Oh, I love it. So now we got sorcerers. And who uses spells from the lore set. Okay, so this is that third lore. I like it. I like it. I like that they're getting something else with clan Eshin, which is one of the coolest ones. Poison attack, scary wave, strength number, remembrance valor. Okay, so Eshin sorcerer lord, strength 3, toughness 4, so nothing crazy there. Oh, that's a lord, right? But Eshin regular sorcerer just strength 3, toughness 3. Everything else almost the same. Okay. Packmaster. We'll have to see that Eshin lore or that stealth lore. Okay, so I imagine you can be able to move guys around and whatnot. So we got a Packmaster, strength 3, toughness 3, 1 attack. Scare awake, strength and numbers. Things catcher. It's a pole arm. Things catcher. A things catcher gives the wielder killing blow. So they get killing blow and it's +1 strength with the pole arm. It's not bad. Master molders. Strength 4, toughness 4, 3 attacks. That's a master mutator. So it's like almost like a lord choice, I guess. Cool. Beastmaster, Master Molders, and Master Mutators may join units of Giants, Rats, or Ogres and act as their handlers for the mixed unit special rule. All friendly clan Molder units within 600 inches of a Master Molder or 12 inches of a Master Mutant roll 2d6 for all their leadership and discard highest die. So basically become cold-blooded right there, so kind of cool. And I think I just... I highlighted that accidentally. Like I said, it looks kind of cool. A clan molder, beast pods, or shock prod. So these things you can add to them. Shock prod gives the wielder lightning attack special roll, so pretty cool. That means, if I'm not mistaken, no armor save. Electro whip. Electro whip gives the wielder +D3 attacks, and rather than 1 as well as lightning attacks as well. So kind of, why wouldn't you just take this? I guess okay. So you get +D3 attacks at your same strength. The shock prod will give you +1 strength and give you lightning attack. So there's a trade-off there. I think I would take. I don't know. Y'all let me know what would you rather take the pole arm or the whip? Possibly get more attacks and get and still have no armor saves if I'm not mistaken there. I don't know. I think I'd rather get the sure shot and just get the pole arm. Strength 5 with 3 attacks, 3 attacks, and then no armor save. I don't know. Depends what you're going against, right? Giant Rats, strength 2, toughness 2, 1 attack, Packmaster strength 3, toughness 3, 1 attack. Okay, so that's regular as was before. Fight in extra ranks 1, so you can have ranks of them. Okay. Wolf Rats, so this is new. I've heard about these. So Wolf Rats are strength 4, toughness 3, 1 attack. All right, I like it so far. They Vanguard, so these are going to be like Dire Wolf kind of thing. Strength in numbers, very cool. Movement 8, weapon skill 4, not bad. Leadership is garbage. Upgrades, so pox feeders, unit gets poison attacks. Cool. Warpstone shard teeth. Unit gets +1 armor piercing and magical attacks. Pretty cool. What else? Bloated mutants get +1 toughness with suffers -1 to their initiative. What's their initiative start now? Initiative is 4, so basically initiative 3. I mean, it is what it is. Rat ogres. Let's see if the rat ogres got any better or worse. I like the way they look. I wish they were something better, but it seems like they're just easy to kill. So Rat Ogres, weapon skill 3. I've always hated that. Strength 5, toughness 4, 3 attacks, leadership 5, frenzied, mixed unit, scary wave. Now they have stupidity? Oh, what the hell? No way, dude. I don't like that. They didn't have that before, guys. They didn't. So let's see. Is anything better? I'm looking at them right now. Rat Ogre, strength 5, toughness 4, 3 attacks, master bread. They don't even have the champion. Am I crazy? Oh, so I guess you can add upgrades, which is good. But, yeah, guys, that's a big nerf. That's a big nerf. Oh, man. So now they got stupid with leadership 5. So you better have something close to them because that stupidity will mess you up when you least expect them. And get this, guys, no more fear either. So, man. Just it seems like more things are getting nerfed than help. Man, yeah, I see more nerfage than help. Edge. So, all right, armored. All rat ogres in a unit gain medium armor. That's kind of nice because they don't have any armor. All rat ogres, brain transplant. All rat ogres are no longer subject to stupidity or frenzy. Okay, so you get rid of the frenzy and get rid of stupidity, which is probably what you'd want to go with, I guess. Uh, Extra extremities. All rat ogres gain +1 attack, so you're talking 4 attacks each, but stupid and frenzy. So 5 attacks because it'd be frenzied, but still stupid. So that is that's a risky game. With 5 attacks at strength 5, that's you got 3 or 6 of them guys, and you can attack with your back rank with as many attacks as well, if I'm not mistaken. So you have a unit of 6 and you got 5 attacks each. 30 attacks, y'all. That's brutal. I mean, yeah, we'll see if it's worth it in practice, but in theory, it sounds cool. Yeah, but the stupidity is gonna get you. Quadrupedal. All rat ogres gain +1 movement. Pretty cool, but yeah. Resilient +1 toughness, so strength 5, toughness 5. That's brutal. Troll blooded. All rat ogres gain the regeneration 5+. So pretty cool. I'm sure that those are all come at a nice price. Let's see how my help hit is. They nerfed the help hit, man. I'm scared to see this. All right, so leadership 8. Impact hits, the 6. Regeneration, stubborn. Those things are all the same, if I'm not mistaken. Strength 6, toughness 5, 6 wounds. If I'm not mistaken, it had 6 wounds before. Looking at it, all the stuff looks the same except that it has a higher. No, not a higher initiative. 3, 6, 5, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 1. Do they have the 2 horrible to die? I wonder. Let's see. Shambling horror. If one triple, don't move the hell pit. So this is basically their berserk thing. Let's see the 2. Let's see the special close combat. Let's see how it is. The hell pit. All models base contact suffer automatic 2 strings hit with the D3 wounds for special rules. Since this is such a big one, we have to look at this. I mean, it's the hell pit. It's like the coolest model on here for the Skaven, in my opinion. It's my favorite one, at least. So before it was all models in base contest with restrictions hit with no armor save and D3 wounds. Looks like it's the same. Flailing fist. Help it. Abomination attacks using the random attacks special rule. 2d6. So I guess it's just 2d6 hits. Oh man. So this is a nerf. This is definitely a nerf. Right. So get this. Flailing Fist used to be the Hell Pit Abomination makes 3d6 attacks. All enemy units that suffer 1 or more unsaved wounds from the Flailing Fist attack suffers -1 to hit for the remainder of the close combat phase. This represents the horrors of the creature's underbelly and the grim pulp remains of comrades trapped in the pallid folds of necrotic flesh. That was just a good series of words right there. But it's a sad thing that I'm looking at because it's just 2d6 hits. Super dumb. I hate it. I do hate it, guys. So this is definitely a nerf. I mean, 2d6 hits, whatever. But it used to be 3d6 and it's -1 to hit if they suffer any wounds whatsoever. But tell you what, it is what it is. Whatever. Avalanche of Flesh. This is supposed to be the best attack, I think. Okay, so we'll read the 9th edition one first, and then the other one, see if it's the same. Every model in base contact with the Abomination HPA must take an initiative or suffer an automatic string 6 hit. Additionally, the Hell Pit Abomination make attacks using the random attacks D6 special rolls. Are you kidding me, guys? Look at this. Oh my god, this is such a nerf. It was pretty OP before, but this is, well, that's probably why it's such a nerf. So check this out. So Avalanche of Flesh was every model in base contact, friend or foe, right? Must pass initiative test or take an automatic string 6 hit, right? But additionally, the HPA inflicts 2d6 automatic hits distributed as per shooting against a single unit in base contact. You know what? I did this incorrectly before because I think I did it against a unit. So it would just be one person in base contact. So this would have been in 8th edition or 7th edition. This would have been pretty cool if you're fighting a character or something like that, and just put 2d6 automatic hits on one thing. I read that wrong. I actually put that on a unit. So balls. So now it's everybody. It's just d6 random attacks, which you could argue that it's better when you're going against a horde, which I think that's right. But if you're going against I don't know. I guess it's not as bad as I thought, because before it's only against one model in base contact. against a single unit in base con. A single unit? You know what? Never mind. It says a single unit, not a single model. I'm stupid. So before it was better. So basically 2d6 automatic hits, and now you have to roll a d6 to see how many hits you get, and you have to still wound. So you're probably still going to wound, but it's only 1d6. So that's a huge, huge nerf on the HPA, and I hate it. So I'm very sad to see that. To be honest, guys. Storm Fiends. I don't know what these things are cool looking though. Let's see. Storm Fiends are strength, weapon skill 4, strength 5, toughness 4. So basically, they're rat ogres. It looks like. Each one is given one of the following weapons. Note that the unit can take the weapons. I've seen this on Age of Sigmar, guys, where you can add all these cool, different kind of like weapons on them, and I think it's awesome. Let's see. The Doomflare Gauntlet uses the following profile. So, combat as user plus 2d3 attacks, impact hits d3. Interesting. So that's for the range attacks. Okay. I wonder what the range. Oh, it's only close combat. I'm stupid. It's a Doomflare. So Grinder Fist. Okay. Grinder. That's a stupid low hanging fruit joke. I'm dumb. So this is combat only. Strengths as user. Magical attacks. Tunneler. Warp Strike. I don't know exactly how those work. Oh, they're right here. So Warp Strike is rather than attacking normally, a model with this rune inflicts 2d3 impact hits at the start of each round of close combat. So that's brutal. That's strength 5. That's kind of tough. Tunneler, a unit that contains a model with. So that's really cool, guys, because, yeah, I like that. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So it could be 2 to 6 impact hits. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyways, a unit that contains a tunneler is a unit that contains a model with the grinder face that follows the rules for amateurs. During deployment, but before scouts are set up, place a tunnel marker anywhere in the battlefield that is not impassable terrain. So, okay. All right. Let's see what's next. All right. Let's keep going. Rattling cannons. All right. So range is 24 inches. Strength 4. Armor piercing. Magical attacks. Multiple shots. So 3d6 shots. Hot warp lid. Rattling cannons do not suffer any 2-hit penalties for firing multiple shots. Very cool. Wildfire. Each roll of 1 inflicts 1 hit on the closest friendly unit in the firing unit's front arc that is within range. If there are no eligible friendly units, and these attacks misses. So you don't want to put stuff in front of these guys. All right. Shock gauntlets. All right. Let's see what shock gauntlets do. Shock gauntlets are. I like this, guys. I like this additional units. Storm Fiends. So shock gauntlets are close combat, plus 1 strength. So it's gonna be strength 6. Special rolls plus 1 attack. So you're talking what? 5 attacks? I think they have 4 base attacks. Yeah. So 5 attacks. Strength 6. Let's go back down here. Lightning attacks, so no armor save, and magical attacks. So, yeah, watch out, ethereal stuff. So Warp Fire Projector is next. I think I might like that one the best so far. I don't know. Each Warp Fire Projectors and I don't know. Each Warp Fire Projector fire as fire thrower using the following profile. Range not available. I don't know what that means. Not sure. Maybe we'll find out down here. Strength 5, double the death, flaming attacks, magical attacks, D3 wounds, wildly off target. Sounds great. All right, so double the death. Any failed to wound rolls of the warp fire must be re-rolled. So that's kind of nice. All right, wildly off target. Do not roll the black powder misfire chart if the warp fire projector misfires. Instead, the weapon inflicts D6 automatic hits on the closest friendly unit within fire front arc that is within 12 inches. There are no eligible friendly units. The warp fire projector simply does not fire the strength. So not bad. If you play your cards right, this could be pretty cool. All right. Wind launchers. Each model with the wind launchers fire as a stone thrower with the following profile. 8 to 36 inches. All right. So they have a minimum of 8 inches. Strength not available. So it ignores. I wonder how that works. We'll find out. Ignores armor saves. It's initiative test. That's what it is. A toughness test. Ignores armor saves, magical attacks, plague wind, wild misfire. All right. So bunch of shit here. All right, so Plague Wind. Models hit by a Plague Wind must pass the toughness test or suffer a wound. Successful tests must be rerolled. So that is brutal. That is brutal. Wild Misfire, do not roll in the Stone Thrower Misfire chart. Instead, template for the attack scatters 2d6. Interesting. So it'll still hit something. Might hit your own guys or might hit other guys. So I like it. I like it because the stuff that could go wrong, if you play your card right, you're not going to be screwing your own guys over. So, at least for the most part. Very, very cool. Brood Horror. I've heard about this. I've seen this thing. It's interesting. So the Brood Horror is movement 8, some kind of monster. Strength 5, toughness 5, 5 wounds, initiative 4, 5 attacks, leadership 6. I think ugly. All right. So it is a monster. It has poison attacks. If a Brood Horror is slain, all units in base contact with the Brood Horror suffer 2d6 strength 2 hits as distributed per shooting, or however that says. All right. So you can add upgrades. Lash Tail. Brood Horror gains +1 attack, so I have 6 attacks instead. Rusted Armor. The Brood Horror gains medium armor, so it had a 5-up armor save. Or is it 4? No, 5-up. Heavy armor is 4-up. Scryer Claws. The Brood Horror gains the armor piercing and magical attacks special roll. Interesting. Pestilent Breath. The Brood Horror gains a strength 2 breath weapon, which ignores armor save. Pretty cool. I'd probably take that one. Yeah, probably. Warlock Engineers. See anything happen with these guys? Ballistic Skill 4, 1 attack. Same thing. Lord of the Ruin. Same stuff. Supercharged Warp Accumulator. Let's bear cast 1 more power. That's only 5 points. That's pretty nice. I like that. The Brass Orb. This one was so iffy before. I'm gonna take a look at it. One per model only. One use only. So you can have more than one if you have multiple guys. Okay. So the bear can throw a brass orb in the shooting phase, place a small round template with its center anywhere within 6 inches of the character in the line of sight. The template scatters d6. Models touched by the template must take initiative test or remove as casualties with no save of any kind. I guess if you have take like a Warlock Engineer by himself just to throw this thing, it might be worth it because they're so cheap. They're usually like 15 points, and you add this. I guess it is 50 points, so it's going to be 65 points. So it'll be like a little war machine that you use once. May or may not be worth it. I don't know. It's a little too iffy if you ask me. If a 1 is rolled, send a template on the model, throw in the globe. So I guess, you know what? You have initiative 4. You only fell on a 5. So, but it's so iffy, guys. I don't know if I would ever take it. Warp Engineer, you can add +1 to ballistic skill as well as ignores cover and sniper special rules. All right. Okay, cool. Upgraded warp energy condenser. If I remember, this was 20 points before. What? Where it gives the wearer +1 when channeling power. Before it used to be D3 every turn or something like that. I think it is, or +1. Seems like a huge nerf. Warp blades, pole arm, warp blade. That's +1 to the caster. +1 to cast a warp lightning spell from the lore ruin. Before, I think Warlock Engineers added +1 to it. Anyways, so now you got to add something. Yikes! Warp Melted, Strength 5, unstable ammunition. Oh man. Okay, so let's look at the one that's really important, guys. Doom Rocket, 30 points, 1 per model only. 1 use only. My understanding of that, guys, is that you can take multiple ones, I guess. And before, I think you could only take 1. Okay, so it's fired like a stone thrower now. All right, before it's like it just moved forward at 4d6 or something like that. Okay, so 36-inch range is like a stone thrower, slow to fire in case the misfire is rolled. D6. At least only the 1 blows it up. All right. So I guess there's that, but I don't know. It might be a little bit better. I'm not sure because I use a Doom Rocket and it's pretty solid, right? But like, I had one bad experience, but that doesn't speak for everyone. Okay, so I don't know if it's better or not. I really don't know. Maybe y'all can know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think on that one, and maybe see if I can zoom out. Can I zoom out? Yeah, I think I zoomed in, guys. There we go. All right, so that's better. Okay, Poison will win Globadiers. I just haven't seen a use for these guys with the points that they are. They're just not worth this point. That's really what it is. So, okay, guys. There's skirmishers, magical attacks, quick to fire. I do like the quick to fire rule. Ignore some armor save, 6-inch range. Okay, so models hit by the poison wiggler must pass a toughness test or suffer a wound. On a 1, they hit themselves. Gas mask. When a model with a gas mask is forced to take a toughness test, you get a +2 bonus for these tests. So basically, you're only getting wounded on 6s. Is my understanding. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, cool. I don't know. Might be worth checking out. Now, Giselle's I always thought were cool models. Let's see if they're still worth. I still don't like that they're not based in Ballistic Skill 4. But the team has 2 wounds. The Sharpshooter has 2. I guess it's just the champion or whatever. Yeah. I think they used to have a 4-up ward save. So let's see. Let's take a look at that and see if they still do. If they don't, oh man, guys, I am. Yeah, like I said before, it's just really tough reading this and seeing all the nerfage. So I'm not liking it. I'll still play Skaven, but still, yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm stupid. It's not a 4-up ward save. It's a 4-up armor save with the Pavis before, which was the shield. So Warp Plug Giselle's 36-inch range, strength 6, armor piercing, magical attacks, mover fire, unstable ammunition. All right. So, okay, the Pavis has a +3 to your save, which is a 4-up armor save, but only in the front arc. And I think that's how it's always. I don't know if it was like that before, but that makes sense. I do like that about the 9th edition rules. Okay, so here we go with the weapon teams. This is important as well. Must be between 3 into the unit. The bot with have to free to move and count as normal edition. So you can move on their own after that. Yeah, okay. If I'm not mistaken, they had a 4-up ward save before, and I don't know if that's the case anymore. Let's pause this and check. I was checking this out, but let me pause it and see if that's still the case. Oh, can't even pause over here. Okay, guys, so I just read up, and there is a trade-off here, which I do like. Okay, so it's even better. So before there used to be a 4-up ward save whenever shooting attacks or missile attacks targeted these guys. Now they get a lookout, sir, which I want to say is better because then it's only a 1 instead of having a 50-50 chance of taking a wound. You have a lookout, sir. You know, so that's a 16.7% chance of even getting wounded, right? So I'd say overall it's an upgrade on that. So that's good for the weapons fire team if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not getting anything wrong. Okay, Warfire Thrower. The Warfire Thrower just works like a fire thrower. Strength 5, flame attacks, magical attacks, D3 wounds, slow to fire. All right, here's the misfired. You can read that yourself if you'd like. By the way, guys, I will have a link to in the description area below to if you want to go check us out for yourself, look over the rules yourself, check out the WAP rules yourself, the Warhammer Armies Project rules yourself, all that good stuff. Okay. All right, so let's check out the Rattling Gun. The Rattling Gun does not suffer to hit penalties. It's range 24, strength 4, armor piercing, magical, multiple shots. So yeah, you don't get -1 for firing multiple shots. That's what it is. So there's still other modifiers, right? Cover and such like that, right? All right. So roll an artillery dice to determine the number of shots fired. After the first artillery dice, you can now decide whether to stop or roll an additional one, and repeat the process up to a maximum of 3 artillery dice. And I think it wasn't the case before, guys. I think you could just keep rolling and just keep chancing it before. In fact, I want to see if that's the case. So before you were, yeah. You can now stop or continue repeating the same process. If you roll any double, and you can. Yeah, so if you roll any doubles before, you would roll a misfire. Now this one you can only roll up to 3 times. It looks like you don't misfire if you roll a double, which is good. If anything, this will probably save you from yourself. So you could probably roll a maximum of 30 shots, which is pretty sweet. I don't know. I think it's a little bit. I don't know if it's better. I mean, I guess it's a little safer, if anything. Yeah, and I do like that you don't hurt yourself on doubles. Right. All right. So let's look at the Doom Flare, which everybody says is garbage, and from what I've seen, it is garbage. I just don't see the point of it. So it's close combat. Strength 4, armor piercing. Instead of attacking normally, the Doom Flare causes 1 artillery dice worth of impact hits at the start of each close combat phase. In case of misfire is rolled, consult the Doom Flare mishap chart below. The best defense, the massive Whirling Blades provides an excellent protection shield, giving all the Doom Flare and armor shield 3+ against all models attacking from the front. The Doom Flare only has a 5+ against attacks from the flank or the rear. So I don't know if that was the case before, guys. Nope, this is the same as it was before. So yeah, I mean, I think it's almost exactly the same. Let's double check on that. All right, guys. So there's an improvement here. So the if I'm not mistaken, the Doom Flare before it had D3 impact attacks when you charge, right? But it used to work. The attacks used to work at an artillery dice would be the number of attacks of automatic hits the target suffers allocated as per shooting. Right now, instead, you roll you get an artillery die worth of impact hits at the start of each close combat phase. And what's cool about this is it's at the start of the close combat, so it's a little better, but it's also a little riskier as far as like I don't know. It just seems like it because it's gonna hit right away, right? It's just at the start of the close combat phase, right? So it's gonna hit, but you have more chances to misfire since you're rolling artillery dice, right? Well, I guess it's the same, right? Except that. So when it does, so I guess it does it do impact hits when it goes in initially, or does it just do impact hits every turn? It looks like it just does impact hits every turn. Before it did impact hits, and so I don't know, guys. This one's kind of a hard one to tell because basically it does impact hits every turn as it did before, except it used to be -2 to the save before. Um, I mean, it's -2. It's still -2 to save because armor piercing is strength 4, so that's the same. Artillery dice is what you use. It's only 1 damage, so I'd say it's a little bit better because it's at the start of the phase instead of going by initiative, which means that somebody could just kill it. So I don't know. I'd say it's slightly better. That's my case. That's that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. All right, Poison Wind Mortar. Let's try to get this going a little bit faster, guys. I'm probably going over on time. I say over on time, guys. These things have been an hour long. It's Poison Wind Mortar, 8 to 36 inches. Ignores armor saves, magical attacks, move to fire, slow to fire. Poison Wind, pass toughness test or suffer a wound. Noted the poison wind mortar crew wear gas masks. They only roll in case of a misfire. Roll d6 and consult the poison wind. So basically, I guess if they end up firing on themselves, they'll still only be hurt on a 6. I think that's my guess. So yeah, not too bad. Warp Grinder, guys, is going to be a thing. All right, so it's close combat thing. It does impact hits, I guess, when it goes in there, or maybe it says close combat, like the Doom Flare. It's magical attacks. All right, so that's some warp stone that it's firing. I guess that's pretty much it, right? All right, deploy via tunnel. A unit with the warp grinder is not deployed at the beginning of the game. During each deployment before scouts play, place a tunnel marker anywhere in the unit. So it's basically with ambush or steel. When the team merges, roll a scatter dice and artillery. If you roll a hit on the scatter dice, the marker stays in place. If you roll an arrow, move the marker. Move the marker number inches to the table. The team and its parent unit are considered lost. So you better not put them too close to the edge of the table. Treat them as casualties. In case of a misfire fall, roll a d6. All right. Once the final position, place the warp grinder and its parent unit, so both can touch the marker. So this is kind of an iffy thing, of course, because you're going to be rolling artillery dice to even get on the board. It's tough, but whatever. Maybe I'm missing something there, guys, but yeah. Once the final place the grinder and its both touch the marker, they may face any direction. If the marker is under the enemy unit when the warp grinder and its parent unit are both considered to have charged, place the attacking Skaven to the front of the enemy unit atop its marker. Although not designed for combat, the warp grinder can still mete out damage. So they fight close combat and their crew's initiative, but not their attack profile. The warp grinder is a warp stone weapon and inflicts d6, strength 4 hits in each close combat. So it's kind of like the Doom Flare. But yeah. But it works on initiative. So not as good as the Doom Flare, I guess, in that respect. Either way, I don't think I would take either one of those. All right, so warp lightning cannon, 72 inches, lightning attack, magical attack, multiple wounds. Ugh. Just brutal. Yeah, just brutal as usual. Doom wheel. Who knows, guys? I never thought it was really worth it. At the beginning from the battle reports I've seen, people just don't think Doom wheel is worth it. At the beginning of each round, which you didn't charge, Doom wheel inflicts D3 plus 1 impact hit. So it still does impact hits every time, kind of like the Doom Flare. Zap! In each friendly shooting phase, even when engaging close combat when fleeing, the Doom wheel automatically unleashes bolts of warp lightning using the following profile. 12 inches, artillery dice, lightning attacks, magical zaps. Magical attacks, multiple shots, multiple wounds. Okay. All right. So D3 shots, multiple wounds. All right. I'm guessing is that the Doom Wheel's profile strength, I guess. So we strength 5. Not that strong. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. It has a 4+ armor save. All right. It's immune to psychology, random movement, 3d6, large target, causes terror. At the end of any phase in which Doom Wheel is not in close combat or fleeing, fleeing suffers a wound, skipper must take a loss of control test. Roll d6 for each wound suffered in that phase. On a roll of 1, the Doom Wheel goes out of control as detailed in the Jeez. I just think it's too crazy. I don't know. It's too crazy for me. Unless it rolls a 6. So I don't know. I just don't really see. Let's take a look at these shots, right? So each lightning bolt will automatically hit the nearest friend or foe, regardless of line of sight and direction. This is a non-physical attack. The warp engine may choose to take the leadership test and attempt to stop the Doom Wheel from firing. If the test has failed, the machine fires as normal. Roll artillery dice to determine the strength of the bolts. Oh, okay, so that determines the strength. Measuring the Doom from the Doom Wheel's base. If the closest unit dies from the first bolt, the second bolt hits the next closest unit in range, and so on. If 2 targets are equidistant, the owning player may choose which one is struck. Yeah. I mean, could be great. Probably not, though. All right, so we got these Skaven mounts. We got the War Litter. Weapon skill 4. I guess it's just going to the toughness of the character. Has 4 attacks, though, so that's interesting. It adds +4 to the unit strength of any model mounted on that. All right, so you can have a unit strength of 5 on anything it's on. Okay, so check out the Great Pox Rat. The Great Pox Rat has poison attacks, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 attacks. It's counted as an infantry model for the purpose of Lookout Sir, so that helps out. That's kind of nice. It gives you a Lookout Sir even if you're on your own, which is pretty sweet. I think because you can be within the unit still. So, all right. Here's a Bonebreaker Rat Ogre. All right, weapon skill 4, always better. Strength 5, toughness 5, 4 attacks. Cool. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the characters. Here's good old Thanquol and Bone Ripper. Okay, guys, here we go. Thanquol is a level 4 wizard who uses spells from Lore Ruin, Lore Plague. He also knows the Curse of the Horned Rat / Dreaded 13. All right, Warpstone Addiction. When casting dice, if Thanquol rolls a 1 with any power dice generated by the Warpstone token, he can re-roll the dice. The second roll will call the roll on a 1 or a 2. So, gotta be careful with that. Blessing of the Horned Rat. He has a 4-up ward save for every wound Thanquol says. 1 friendly model within 6 inches. I always love this roll. It's fucking hilarious. Takes a wound instead. So normal saves apply. If no friendly models within 6 inches, the wound fails to deflect anywhere and is ignored. So you either hurt one of your own guys or nothing happens. All right, so that's freaking hilarious. All right, the Amulet of the Horde one. Here's a talisman he has. As long as Thanquol has at least 1 single wound remaining at the beginning of each of his turn, Thanquol can use the amulet to heal himself. This is the same. He regains a single wound. So that's every turn he can heal himself on a 5+. Pretty cool. Staff of the Horned One gives him an additional spell. So Thanquol has 5 spells. Same thing. Bone Ripper. Let's see. That's a lot to read. Sheesh. Oh, wait. Am I stupid? Here, I'm going to pause this and read it. It's too much to read. All right, here we go. I guess that was a lot of useless reading. All right, so Bone Ripper is unbreakable. Same as before. Can I take this off? Maybe I can take it. Okay. Monsters Inventory, Bone Ripper. Monster, Bone Ripper MK2. So that's like a stronger Bone Ripper up here. You see strength 6, toughness 5 attacks, leadership 10. Okay. Bodyguard Tomba. As long as he's within sort of the friendly turn, Bone Ripper, if he's not within 12 inches of Thanquol, he is programmed to shut down. While shut down, Bone Ripper cannot do anything at all. So he won't die. He'll be hit automatically and will not strike back. If the game ends and while Bone Ripper is shut down, he counts as a casualty. If Thanquol is slain or flees off the table, Bone Ripper is removed as well. So, yeah. Okay, so I think it's the same as it was before. Really close to the same. All right, so I think in the past, if I'm not mistaken, if he's anywhere outside of 12 inches from Thanquol, he actually just dies. I don't think I could be. I'm probably mistaken here, guys. So let's take a look at. Yeah. Nope. It's the same as before. I just misunderstood the rules. So that is what it is. He can fire a Warfire Thrower, while Bone Ripper MK2 can fire two Warfire Throwers each turn. Holy crap! This is pretty dang good. You can fire instead of Okay, so this is actually an improvement, guys, because yeah. Okay, so actually, this is a huge improvement. Before, Bone Ripper could only fire once per game as a Warfire Thrower. Now you can fire once per turn. If you have the MK2, you can fire twice per turn, which is brutal, guys. So this is absolutely a great upgrade for Banquo and Bone Ripper. I love it. So each four fire fires like a fire throw with the following profile. So strength 5, magical attacks, D3 wounds, load the fire. So it looks like the same stuff as before. No misfire is rolled. Bone Ripper suffers a wound with no save. So you know what? That's well worth it, guys. I wonder how many points it is. So upgrades to Bone Ripper would be a combat +1 strength, flaming attacks, magical attacks, D3 wounds, warp fumes. So this would be a you know strength 6 instead, and warp fumes, which I don't know what they are. Let's see what they are. At the beginning of any close combat phase, all models in base contact for with Bone Ripper MK2 must pass a toughness test or suffer a single wound which ignores armor saves and magical attacks. It's magical attack as well. All clans pestilence models gain +1 for these tests, so always good. Because Bone Ripper MK2 has 4 Warfire Braziers, he may reroll all failed rolls to wound with them. Oh my goodness. This MK2 mofo is a bad dude. Let's check out Queek Headtaker next. All right, so we got Queek Headtaker, which is a challenge-heavy guy, from what I remember. Queek, the Red Guard. Queek must always be accompanied by the Red Guard. May join no other unit. The Red Guard are units stronger with +1 strength. All right, so that's great. You can have a bunch of rats with halberds, so it would be strength 5, initiative 4 or 5, something like that. So pretty cool. Dwarf Gouger, 2 hand weapons. Attacks with this weapon have ignore armor saves, and it always wounds dwarves on the 2+. Pretty cool if you're fighting dwarves. He has a Warpstorm armor. Warpstorm armor is a heavy armor. For each successful armor save made in close combat, so it's a 4+ armor save. The armor inflicts a strength 5 hit against the enemy that struck him. So pretty cool. Foul Pendant gives Queek a 5+ ward save. Trophy Heads. Queek must issue a challenge whenever possible, and he gets +1 to hit and wound in any challenges, which is great. Okay, so all right, we got Screech Vermin King, which is the Rat King. Okay, this is a new guy, I think. Yeah, he's a Vermin Lord. Okay, so Strength 7 and regular Vermin Lord rules. Okay, he's a level 4 wizard. He uses Lore Rune, Lore Plague, and or Stealth. So he knows all 3. He can use all 3. In addition, he knows the Curse Horn Rat spell. So he just knows it, right? So if I'm not mistaken, that just means that. Does that mean he just knows it and here's something you can help me out with. Does he just know it and then you still get 4 spells on top of that? I don't know. So Screech Vermin King rerolls failed casting attempts when attempting to cast the Curse of the Horned Rat. It's great. Screech Vermin King is armed with 2 magic hand weapons, a Doomglaive and a Plague Reaper. At the start of each close combat, you must declare which weapon he's going to use for that turn. So he can only use one or the other. So, is there more to that? Okay. So the Doomglaive gives you D3 wounds. The Plague Reaper, you know what? That was the one from before. I think it just has poison attacks, but I'll just double check. We are on page 210. Let's pause it and take a look real quick. Okay, guys, here is, make sure I'm recording. Yes, I am. Plague Reaper is 2 hand weapons, attacks. Oh, this is what, guys, check this out. This is that always strikes first thing. It replaces the Doomglaive, so you can use one or the other. Man, I want to know how many points this guy is, because that is awesome. Okay, back to the Rat King, Screech. Okay, so he has the always strikes first thing if you want. I just don't know. I guess you could test out, see which one works better. I guess it depends what you're fighting. So I love it. Nurglich. All right. Arch Plague Lord of Clan Pestilence. Nurglich. I guess he rides something. I guess it's a War Letter or a Pox. One or the other, I guess. You could have one or the other. Weapon skill 6, strength 4, toughness 5. So he's a Plague Priest, Lord, or Plague, whatever, Lord. 3 attacks. He's on the cavalry. Clan Pestilence. He's a level 3 wizard. He uses lore from, the plague lore. He causes terror. Strength and numbers. Leadership 7. Nurgle and Belials are subject to frenzy and hatred, so they have +1 attack and they reroll their hits the first round. Such as an inspiration effect of Nurgle on his army that no clan pestilence user will ever lose their friendly while Nurgle is in that biatch. Pretty cool. Plague Lord is favored by the Vile God, gets a 5+ ward save. In addition, neither Nurgle nor any unit he joins will ever suffer wounds from spells cast from the lore of Plague, nor the lore of Nurgle. So this will be interesting whenever you fight Nurgle. You might want to use them, but you won't hurt your own guys. So it's kind of cool. Furthermore, they pass any test in the effect of Plague Sensor, so even better. So this would be good for like the, I guess, just be good, if you have Plague Sensors on your Plague Priests or anybody else. The Plague Ague, whatever. Any clan special within 6 inches of Nurgle suffer -1 to the any non-clan pestilence. That makes more sense. Suffer -1 to a weapon skill. Furthermore, any such model in base contact with Nurgle at the end of close combat phase takes a strength 4 hit, which ignores armor saves, special rules, and counts towards combat risk. Pretty cool. Magic items. He has a magic weapon. Enemy models lose 1 point of toughness from their profile for each one they suffer from this blade. Pretty cool. And what was his strength? Strength 4. Okay, so strength 4, kind of low, but it is what it is. Okay, so he has a Bubonic Scepter. Bound spell level 5. The Bubonic Scepter contains a direct damage spell, 18 inches. Roll d6 for every model in the unit. Roll d6 for every 6 that unit suffers a wound with no armor saves. I love it. Really, really cool. Only a level, what is it? Level 5 and ignore armor saves? It's basically like Warp Lightning except you can't miscast. So it's great. Okay, guys. So next we got Lord Skrulk, Plague Lord of Clan Pestilence. So he's a guy above Nurgle, or maybe his equal. Dude looks wicked. All right, so let's see what he's got. So he's got Frenzy, Scare Away, Strength of Number, Terror, Aura of Pestilence. Any model-based contract with Lord Skrulk suffers -1 to hit. All Clan Pestilence models are immune to such effects, so be careful with this because that's just Clan Pestilence. Rod of Corruption. Rod is a plague sensor. Models hit by the rod must pass a single toughness test, regardless of the number of hits, or instantly decay and die with no save of any kind allowed. Whoa, I like it. Weapon skill 6, strength 4, toughness 5. I guess it's a plague sensor, so I mean that's got to be strength 6, right? So as long as you hit, you might be able to kill somebody. So if a victim passes a toughness test, roll to wound as normal. So you're either going to just wound them or you're going to kill them. So it's going to be kind of tough against against like characters and stuff like that, but you never know. The Liber Bubonicus. All right. Power level 5 bounce spell. Direct damage spell, 24 inches. When cast, roll a d6 to see the effect. Number 1 is nothing. 2 to 4, the Withering Pox. Each model in the unit suffers strength 1 hit. No armor save. Death Plague. Each enemy unit, any model in the unit suffers strength hit with ignore armor saves special roll. I think that's a pretty cool little spell for 5. I'd like to say that. I guess that's every. Did it say everybody in the unit? Did I miss that? Yeah. Each model in the unit suffers a strength. Well, yeah, so that's pretty solid little spell. I'm gonna try to hurry up, guys. I've taken over an hour and some change now. We got Death Master Snickage. He's a master assassin, character assassin, whatever. All kinds of lore here. All right, weapon skill 8, strength 4, toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 10, 5 attacks, leadership 8, dodge of a 5+, so basically a 5+ ward. He's hidden, poison attacks, scouts, sensei. Interesting. Verminous Valor. Let's see what we've got here. So he's got an enchanted item. It's a bound spell, level 4. Augment spell that can be cast on Snitch himself. If cast, Snitch can double his strength until the start of the next magic phase. So strength 8. Brutal. Okay. The Cloak of Shadows, Talisman. Enemy units cannot charge or target Snitch with missile attacks or spells if they are more than 12 inches away from him. Within 12, he can only be charged or targeted by the first rolling of a 4+. If the test is failed, the unit may choose a new target as normal. The item has no effect as long as Snitch is hidden. So pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. Not bad. Strength 8. Initiative 10. I mean, unless you're going against I mean, you better not let them get that spell off. Even so, he still has poison attacks. So +1 to wound, right? That's what the poison is. I don't know what the sensei thing is. Maybe we can look that up real quick. Sensei rule. Sensei. Master System may be the army general. However, he can only pass his leadership value to other units if he is not hidden. So he has to be out in the open. Okay, so cool roll. Throt the Unclean. So he was here before. He's the Master Mutator of the Clan Molder. He used to be a Master Molder, I think, before. Let's see what he's got. So he is Weapon Skill 6, Strength 4, Toughness 4, Initiative 6, 3 wounds, 4 attacks. He's got a 4-up regeneration. He causes fear. Throt has a Beastmaster special rule. So Master, in addition, unless he is already the Army General, all Clan Molder units except characters treat him as having an Inspiring Presence ability. Pretty cool. Okay, Ravening 100. At the start of each turn, Throt must pass the toughness test or start to eat one model in base contact of your choosing. If this model suffers 1 wound, which ignores armor saves and does not allow ward saves, so basically no saves. If not possible, Throt will suffer 1 wound with no saves allowed. So you better get something there that can take the wound. Magic item, Creature Killer. All right. So Things Catcher, the Creature Killer gives Throt the heroic killing blow special rule. This is a monster killer kind of thing, or maybe even character killer. He's got a whip. This whip gives Throt +1 attacks in addition to his normal attacks. So he'll have 5 attacks? I think he has 5 attacks. Any enemy unit that takes an unsaved wound suffers -2 penalty to its leadership for the remainder of its turn. Ikit Claw, guys, Chief Warlock of Cran Squire, so he's the main Warlock engineer. Ikit Claw, Strength 5, Toughness 4. Oh snap! 3 wounds, 2 attacks, only 2. So he's a level 4 wizard, and he's Strength 5, Toughness 4. So he's kind of hard to kill when it comes to combat. So I like that. Or it can actually clap back a little bit. Only Initiative 3, pretty low. He knows all the spells from. Oh, he can use the spells of Lore of Ruin except the Curse of the Horned Rat. Storm Demon. Here's a magical weapon. The pole arm, so basically Strength 6. Attacks with this weapon have a lightning attack special rule, so no armor saves. In addition, the Storm Demon can project bolts of dark lightning from his tip. Storm Demon contains a bounce spell, level 6. This is a magic missile, range of 24 inches, causes artillery dice worth a Strength 5 hit. So it's like warp lightning, but you get to use the artillery dice, basically. And oops, and I highlighted that accidentally too. How do you take that off? I don't know how to take that off. Oh, what did I just do? No, let me pause this because I don't know how to take that off. Let me take this off and let me go over here and pause this. All right, sheesh. It took me a little while. Okay, so this is a magic missile, 24-inch. Storm Demon is a magic missile, 24-inch range. Causes artillery from Strength 5 hits. It can misfire. So it's almost like having a warp lightning cannon, pretty much. Except maybe this is a little bit more. Yeah, it's like between a warp lightning cannon and warp lightning missile attack or magic missile attack. Except you can misfire. I guess it get claw in every model base contact suffers a Strength 5 hit. I don't see any kind of ward save. We'll see. Maybe he does have something. 3 to 5. That's 1 or 2, guys. So kind of a bad thing there. Disruption. It may not cast spells for the rest of this given magistrate. He sorts his power cable out. So 1 or 2 is really bad, or it's the worst. I won't say it's super bad. It's only 1 wound, but still. It may 6 full power. It may immediately add D3 power dice to the pull for the current magic phase. So basically, you don't cast it, but you get something good out of it. So pretty cool. All right, Iron Frame, magic armor, medium armor. So he gets a 5-up armor save. This gives the ward save, 5+ ward save, and adds +2 strength value. Oh, it's already concluded. So he has Strength 5. Once per game, it can fire the Warp Fire projector housed in its device. It's a Strength 5 breath weapon attack with the flaming attack. So basically, he's got a Warp Fire thrower. So yeah. Wait, so because it's a breath weapon attack, does it mean it doesn't project out or it doesn't work exactly like a Warp Fire? I'm not sure about that one. All right, so Tretch Craventail. All right, so Tretch Craventail, Chieftain of Clan Rictus. Okay. All right, let's see. Is there anything I mean? Okay, so he is. Weapon skill 5, Strength 4, Toughness 4, 3 attacks, Initiative 6, Leadership 6. I'm not sure. So this is Clan Rictus. I don't know too much about them. Tretch's Raiders. Tretch can choose a unit of Clan Rats or Stormer in your army. Deploy as ambushers. Kind of cool. Even if they don't have a weapon to him. If so, Tretch must deploy within his unit. In addition, he and his unit can reroll fail rolls to hit. when attacking in the flank or the rear. Okay, so pretty cool, especially with their ambushers. Stay here, I'll get help. Once per friendly turn, at the start of any phase, charge can leave any unit he is with and make 2d and move 2d6 as if it was the remaining moves phase. Kind of cool, interesting one. So he leaves and goes to get help. The Lucky Skull Helm is a magic armor, gives +1 to its armor save. So what does he have naturally? Let's see. Maybe we'll find out right here. So +1 to his armor, that's a 6+. He has a 4 ward save. In addition, once per game, he can re-roll a dice roll. The roll can be one of his hit, to wound, or ward save, leadership test, or stay here, or I'll get help roll. So interesting little character. I can't see him being super great. I don't know if somebody I would take, except for just for fun. But as far as competitive, I don't think so. So Squeal, Gnawtooth, Packmaster of the Hell Pit. So cool. Dude, what's going on here? Oh, let me erase this real quick. All right. Let's get back to business. All right. So Squeal is weapon skill 5, string 4, toughness 4, 6 initiative, 2 wounds. There's a regular kind of hero guy. Infantry, clan molder, mixed unit. So he's a master molder kind of guy, and he's riding like a war litter, I guess. That looks wicked. All right, so special rules or exceptional rat. If you include Squeal Gnawtooth in your army, you must also include the giant rats he must join. So he goes with the giant rats. After deploying Squeal into the unit, roll a d6 and consult the chart below to determine the pack's special attributes. The effects are for the entire pack and do not affect Squeal, Packmaster, Master Molder. Squeal will never leave the special pack and will never join another unit. So he can only be taken along with some giant rats. Poison attacks. All models have poison attacks would be +1 to wound. Additional attacks. Each pack creature has +1 attack. Regenerate. Each one will have 4+ regeneration. So really interesting here. I don't know if I take him, but it depends on the points. Warp Lash, magic weapon. Warp Lash gives Squeal the armor piercing roll and multiple wounds. Sure. It's not bad for his 2 little attacks. Yeah. I don't know if I take him, but interesting. Lord Ruin. Let's see. Oh, so Warp Lightning got more expensive. I believe it was a 5 or 6+ before, but that's his signature spell. Warp Lightning does a 24 inches, d6 string 5 hits, lightning attacks. If the number is a 1, then the caster suffers a string 5 hit instead. The caster can choose to increase the power to 2d6 string 5 hits, and that's 16+. Oh, yeah. That's brutal. So the Musk of Fear is the lore attribute. It's so funny. I remember hearing that on the Gutrix and Felix books. Whenever a spell from the Lord Ruin is cast, all enemy units with 6 inches of the caster suffers -1 to their leadership until the start of the next. So it actually hurts you to cast spells successfully. Guys, dude, that and then it's 8+ to cast. I mean, guys, it was not that much before. Before Warp Lightning was 6+. So yeah. I mean, you can still hurt yourself before, but now it's more expensive. I hate it. Howling Warp Gale is a casting unit on the Wither itself until the start of the phase. No units with the nature that may use a fly special when all non-magical magic missile attacks suffer -1 hit. The caster can choose to increase his power. All affected units within 36 inches. Oh my goodness. That's a pretty good spell. All units within 36 inches. So basically -1 to hit. And yeah, no units within 18 inches of all those units will be able to fly. So might be good if you're going against something that has flying and shooting, like elves, I guess. Elves. And yeah. Death Frenzy cast on an 8+. Actually, I think it's a little bit cheaper or the same. Yeah, it used to be a 9. Augment spell, 24-inch range. You can be given 2 extra attacks rather than 1 if they already have frenzy. That would be like Plague Months. Units that are already Death Frenzy suffer d6 automatic wounds with the ignore at the end of each friendly turn. A unit that is Death Frenzy will go back to have a normal frenzy once they lose a random combat. So I believe that is the same as before, except it's -1 to cast. All right, Warp Storm. That is a new name for something. I don't know what that is. So let's see. Direct damage spell that targets all units within 12 inches. Roll d6 for each unit within range, including units in close combat. On a 4+, enemies units suffer d6 string 5 hits with lightning attack special rules. Friendly units are only affected on a 6. I like it. That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. Flensing Ruin. Direct damage spell, 12 inches. Target a single model. Target suffers d3 string 6 hits with the lightning attacks special rules. I wonder if that can be a model that's it doesn't say it is, so it can't be like in close combat or something like that. So the caster can choose to extend it to 24 for 13+. Scorch, cast on a 13+. It used to be a 10+. All right. Place a small round template anywhere within 12 inches. It scatters d6 inches. All models under the template suffer a flaming streak for a hit. A unit that suffers an unsave must take a panic attack. The caster can choose to increase the power of the large round template if the use of the casting value is 16 plus, and it scatters 2d6. So this actually used to be better before. It used to be cheaper, and check this out. So the caster may suffer a gap flame anywhere within 24 inches. They suffer a streak for a hit. I guess you know what? Maybe it's better because you can have a bigger version of it with 2d6, especially with the unlimited power thing that you have now in Magic. It's actually better. So I misunderstood that. So it's a little bit better, I think. So because you have a large template you can use. Crack's Call is a direct damage roll, 4d6, and basically put a straight line from the caster, and you roll 4d6. That's the number of inches it goes. All models in the past must take an initiative test or be removed as casualty with no saves except magic resistance allowed. So before it was you didn't. I don't think you had magic resistance. CC instead of taking initiative. Okay, so instead of taking initiative test, war machines and chariots must instead roll a 5+ or be destroyed. So I guess it used to be better before. No, wait, actually, hold on. Let's keep reading. So instead of taking initiative. Oh, so it's a 5+ or be destroyed. A building affected by the spell will collapse on a 5+. So, yeah. So this is actually pretty good that you have to roll a 4 or under. So that's a 66.666% chance that you're gonna fail. It's a building collapse any model. So, okay, a building maybe affected it will collapse on a roll of 5. So this is the other way around. So it's only a 33.33% chance of destroying a building. Or whatever. Any models garrison inside of it must pass an initiative test or be removed as a casualty with no armor save allowed. Any survivor placed outside of it, as described, then the caster can choose to increase the range of the spell by doubling the result of the 46 rolled. Oh snap! So this is interesting. That was not the case before. So you can double the spell. So you can go 8d6. Well, it's 46 times 2. So let's say you roll a 12, you can go 24 inches instead of 12 or something like that, So that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'd say it's better. All right, so see what we got next, okay? And I'm going to take a while on this guy, guys, because I love Skaven. I think they're cool. And I have to see exactly what they did to them. So Plague Rash is a lore attribute, and plus I got to see the stealth lore as well. Whenever a spell from the lore plague is cast, all enemy units within 6 inches of the caster suffer -1 to their movement and initiative to a minimum of 1 until the start of the next magic phase. So it's kind of cool. It only affects enemy units, and this other one affected. I think it only. Oh, you know what, guys? I read this wrong. So all enemy units. I thought it was friendly units. I'm so dumb. Okay, so that's actually not bad. The lore attribute for the lore of ruin. It's actually better than I thought, and this one actually reduces movement and initiative. So pretty cool. So Pestilent Breath is cheaper now. I think it used to be a little bit more. Oh, it's the same. So it's a direct damage spell. The caster makes a strength 2 breath weapon attack with no armor save special rule. Maybe cast into close combat. The caster can choose to strength. Oh, so you can actually increase it to 3 on an 8+. I like that. That's an improvement. Love it. All right, blessed with spells. Blessed with poison attacks until the next magic phase. If the unit already has poison attacks, the warriors will also cause an automatic wound on a 6+. So basically, they'll get old school poison instead of just +1 to wound if they roll a 6. So kind of cool, I guess. And then you have a range option. Vermintide, magical word to these large rounds instead of place. The player nominates which direction it will go. How many inches you roll a 4d6, see how many inches. Any model touched by the template takes a strength 2 hit. After it, the rest is person spell. The spell may be cast into close combat, in which it causes 3d6 strength 2 hits. I just don't see that being a great spell, unless you're just targeting like really stuff without armor saves or chaff or whatever. I don't know. Did they get rid of Wither? Oh my goodness, they did, didn't they? Okay, no, they didn't. Okay, so let's see if they screwed it up, which I'm pretty sure they nerfed it. Weapon World Swords, the new spell or new name. 9+ to cast is a 24-inch range, small template anywhere within this range. So I guess you don't have to have line of sight. Scatters d6. All models touch, so for a strength 2 hit. No armor saves. I like that. The caster can choose to increase the power of the spell as a large round template on a 12+, and it scatters 2d6 rather than d6. So pretty cool. I like it. Let's see if the dreaded Wither, see if it's just as bad. All right, the target suffers -1 to the toughness for the remainder of the game. Yes, 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 yes. The cast it can be cast multiple times on the same target, and the effects are cumulative. The caster can choose to increase it to 24 inches. Oh yeah. All right. If anything, Wither got better, guys. So I love it. And it's cast on an 11, whereas it used to be an 8. You know what? It's more expensive, but I like that you can increase it. So this is going to be a good one, even though it's more expensive. Okay. I mean, it should be that expensive to begin with, I guess, because it's so damaging. But on an A plus to cast it before, it's so brutal. And I just love that you can increase it. So I'll take the trade off that the range of it for the cost of it. Cloud of Corruption, direct damage spell. Models all units within 12 inches. Roll d6 for each unit, friend or foe. Even if they're close combat, enemies are affected on 2+. Friendly units are affected on a 4+, and models from clan pencilets are affected on a 5+. Each unit is affected. Suffers d6, strength 5 hit, no armor save allowed. Roll separately for each unit. So that's the balls you want to do. Plague, direct damage spell is 82 inches. Close combat. Each model in targeting going to pass a toughness or suffer one wound with no armor saves. Ignores armor save. If cast on a unit engage, all units involved, friend or foe, will be affected. After working out the effects of the spell and removing casualty, roll a d6 and consult the chart below and continue by the spell. Okay, so there's no if this or that or toughness test or anything like that. Basically, you just hit your own guys. Maybe you can just throw it on some slaves. Okay, so roll a d6 after working. Okay, so after you resolve the spell and what it does to yours and their guys, if applicable. D6, the spell backfire, and an opponent can decide to end the spell or choose any unit within 12 inches and pass it on for the 5-6 below. So it'll basically do this to them for any unit, any Skaven unit within 5 or 6 inches. All right. 2 to 4, the spell ends. 5 to 6, the casting player can decide to end the spell. So it's kind of like the foot of Gork, Mork or whatever, the Gork or Mork or whatever it is. I guess that you can keep casting it. Any target within 12 inches, and the unit suffers. Units cannot be affected twice. So you can't do it twice on the same unit, but you can pass it on to the next unit if you want to. But of course, there is a risk to that. So pretty cool. All right, Lore Stealth. Here we go. All right, whenever something cast from the Lore Stealth, all enemy units with 6 inches suffer -1 to their armor save until the caster's next magic phase. Skill Elite 5+, the same price. Range of 12 inches. Any enemy character can be placed anywhere on the battlefield within 24 inches of the caster, but at least 1 inch away from the enemy models. From enemy models, the caster can choose to increase it to 24 inches, but to do so, it's an A+. I do like that they fixed this, guys. There is different values that you can do here. All right, Warp Stars, casting a 5+. Warp Stars, magic missiles, 18 inches. D3, stinks 5 hits. Special roll, multiple wounds special roll. Can be cast to D6 hits if they do so. So it'll be D6 hits. And it'll be D3 wounds, so pretty cool. That'll be a 10+. Not bad. This is your monster killer, character killer, that kind of deal. If they're on their own. Sticky Paws and an augment spell within 24 inches can be cast on an infantry unit. The target unit ignores dangerous and impassable terrain. Note that it may not end its move within 1 inch as normal. Until the caster's next magic phase, it can choose to have the spell target all friendly units within 12 inches. You know, guys, this is what I needed in the game I played with my buddy, because with the Screaming Bell, I was taking all kinds of impassable terrain tests, and it just screwed me up. I had to march up the field, and I was getting screwed over by rivers. That is a pretty good spell. That's pretty good. I like it. Armor of Darkness, cast on a 9+. I love that there's three lores now. Augment spell that can cast on the Wizard itself. Until the start of the caster's next turn, all missile fire directed at him suffer -1 to hit. In addition, cast on the Wizard. So it's just on the Wizard. In addition, the unit adds +1 to their armor save. The caster can choose to have the spell target all friendly units within 6 inches for 18 inches. 18 plus. Okay. All right, cool. Swift Scamper, 9+ to cast. Augment spell, 24 inches. Unit doubles its movement rate to a maximum of 10. Can reroll their charge, flee, and pursuit until the start of the next caster's magic phase. Caster can choose to have the spell target all friendly units with 12 inches on an 18+. Pretty cool. Black Whirlwind to cast on the 10+. Direct damage spell. Place a small round template anywhere within 12 inches and it scatters D6. All models under the template suffer a strength 3 hit. The unit then suffers -1 to the weapon skill, ballistic skill, initiative until the caster's next magic phase. The caster, so that means that it will affect the whole unit. I imagine that's everyone in the unit, even characters. The Caster can choose to increase the power of the spell by using the large round template. If they do so, it's a 13 plus. It scatters 2d6 instead of 1d6. So still a strength 3. But if you have your enemy bus, or maybe you have like a bunch of archers, wood elf archers, something like that, that this can affect, that would be pretty cool. So, all right, next thing is Veil of Shadows. Cast on 11 plus, remains in place spell. Veil of Shadows is a magical vortex spell that uses the large round template. Once the template is placed, the player then nominates the direction which the Veil of Shadow moves, determine how many inches. Roll the artillery dice, multiply by 3, so you can have a maximum of 30 inches. Any model touched by the template takes a strength 3 hit, and the unit will count as being disrupted for the remainder of the game. What does that mean? Maybe I have to look that up. If the result of the artillery dice is a misfire, center the template on the caster and roll a d6 to scatter. The template moves the number of inches equal to roll a hit. Use a little arrow to shown on the to hit in either event. So you can use a little arrow on the hit thing, and then it'll still scatter d6. Is what I'm understanding. In either event, in subsequent turns, the Veil of Shadows travels in a random direction and moves. So that's the artillery dice. Move the number of inches to the roll on their equal to the roll on the artillery dice. If a misfire is rolled in subsequent turn, the Veil of Shadow is removed. So I don't know how great that one is, but I do like most of these spells. That's probably my least favorite one. I guess you could do some stuff with it, but it's a little iffy. I like the Warp Star style. I like Skeeter Leap. I like the movement one. That's great. And I like those. Let's see, which one is it? The Armor of Darkness. That's pretty cool. I like pretty much all of them except for the last one are pretty solid. Yeah. I mean, the Black Roll is not that great. Maybe the last two aren't that great to me. Anyways, let's see the Tools of Supremacy. Man, we're going a while here. Fellblade, 85 points. Used to be 100, if I remember correctly. Warlord only. The File Sword gives the bearer strength 10. Multiple wounds. Oh my god, so it's basically a cannon. Successful ward saves against wounds inflicted by the bearer and close must be rerolled. Brutal. Roll a d6 at each of the end. 3 plus, there's no effect. On 1 or 2, the wielder suffers 1 wound with no armor save. You know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to pause this because I want to look at what that was before. All right, guys. So I just looked it up, and it's a total, just like a improvement. Before it used to be 100 points. Now it's just 85. So same thing. Blade of Corruption. The wielder has 3 plus. Always wounds on a 3 plus. Regardless of the enemy's toughness, each wound suffered after saves. Anyone must take a toughness test or suffer a wound with no saves allowed. Love it. That's great. That's a great one. I think that's great, guys. I was just talking about or listening to something talking about the sword of the relic sword, I think it is, but this is only on 8. I think it's on 8 on 8th edition, where you always wound on a 3 plus. But this one does a wound after a toughness test at the end of the combat, so pretty cool. I really like that one. Only 35 points, pretty cheap. Dwarf Slayer, magic weapon. All attacks are +1 strength and multiple wounds. The 2. Against dwarves, it's also armor piercing, and the wielder may reroll fails to wound. Rust armor. I'm gonna hurry it up here, guys. Magic armor, medium armor. The first time the wearer is wounded by a strength high enough to completely cancel his armor save, or or is not permitted an armor save for any reason. The wound is discounted, but the armor is completely destroyed. So basically, you negate your first wound. Not bad, but I think you might want to just take the Opal Amulet, or not the Opal Amulet. I think there's something in the rulebook where you can, unless it's gone now, where you can just do that. So I might be mistaken there. Warpstone Amulet Talisman, 4 plus ward save at the end of the turn. Roll a d6 on the 1. The character basically takes a wound, no save allowed. I don't know, might be worth it. Warp Scroll 1, power level 6. Warp Scroll can take, it's a bounce spell. Direct damage, 24 inches, strength 3 hits on all the models in the unit suffer. Anybody suffers casualty, it equals a panic test. Pretty good. 25 points. All right. Skaven Brew, 30 points when you start again. So basically, this is the same as before. It gives them a little bit of extra stuff. I'm not going to read through all of these guys. See if anything stands out. Scum, that's a recovery thing. Sacred Standard of the Horned Rat. Let's see if this does anything. All enemies with 12 inches suffer -1 leadership. Enemies in base must roll any successful leadership test. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if that's worth 75 points. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Storm Banner. This one is brutal. I've had this before, and it's just brutal. Within 24 inches of the banner, no model may use a fly. Special rule units are at -2 to hit with non-magical missile attacks. All non-magical or 4 plus. So this is kind of similar, except I think it used to be anywhere on the battlefield. They won't be able to fly. So I mean, it's still what it does. It's still the same points, except I think it's a little bit nerfed because before it used to be anywhere on the battlefield, unless I'm just crazy and I'm missing something here. I'm looking at it right now. Um, yeah, before it's basically just the whole field instead of 24 inches away. So uh, that was nerfed. Definitely nerfed. All right, let's keep going. I think we're just gonna look at points here, guys, and I think we're done. You made it through the whole damn thing, guys. Well done. All right, so clan rats are 5 points per model. I believe that's what they were before. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna look these up just because I have time and I want to. I've had a lot of fun looking this up. Actually, they used to be 4 points per model, so it's a little bit of a nerf. They got light armor, but they have a shield now. So basically, except before you only paid half a point for a shield, and now you're paying one whole point for a shield. So I don't know if that's weirdly worth it or not. I don't know. You can give them plus. You got more options here, guys. You can give them spears. Actually, it was half a point before now, so it's actually a little bit more expensive to get clan rats. So that part's a little bit a little bit of a nerf, I guess. So not crazy about that, but it is what it is. They're clan rats. What do you want? What's next? Lords. Thankful and Bone Ripper are 320 instead of 470. Oh no, they're 450. That's how much they were before. So I think this is great because they're just so much. Oh, you know what? I see. Because you can take Thankful by himself before you could only take Thankful and Bone Ripper as a unit. So either they're going to be 480 points, which with the way Bone Ripper is now, where he can fire the Warfare every turn, I think he's gotten so much better. So much better. So I think this is great. Now Bone Ripper will be 264.5 points, but he'll fire twice. Then you can add the Warp Fire Braziers. That's where he takes a firing bra and puts it on. Just kidding. So basically, you can fire twice instead of once per turn. Which, man, I just see it as a complete improvement. Pretty cool. Screech the Vermin King. This is the guy I really liked. Wait, was that the one? I think he has the two weapons, right? You can use the Plague Ripper. Yeah, definitely. 470 points. Probably worth it. Yeah. Pretty cool. 470 points. Pretty expensive, though. Quick Head Taker, 225. I don't know if that's more expensive, is it? It might be. Quick Head Taker used to be 215, so a little more expensive. Except I think he has a 5-up ward save now. I don't know. I'm not going to try to... Yeah, whatever. But, let's see. Could he take the Red Guard? I've never taken Queek. I think he could take the Red Guard before. If Queek is your... So before... Oh, this is what it was. So before, if you had Queek in your army, you can upgrade a single unit of Stormbringer to +1 strength, +1 weapon skill, +4 points per model. On this one, you only give him +1 strength. And you don't have to... You don't increase the model cost. So... Oh, wait. No, never mind. It's +2 points. So... you know what? I guess it's cheaper. So Nurglitch is 415 points. He was kind of cool. I liked his bubonic scepter thing. I liked his Blade of Nurglitch. I don't remember that one. His sensor was pretty cool, where it could actually kill you if you take a toughness test or whatever. I think it was. Lord Skrulk is 385 points. Kind of pricey. Throughout the Unclean, it's only 185, but I don't know if he's worth it. Ike Claw, 310 points. He had a pretty interesting thing with that Storm Daemon thing. That was Storm Daemon bounce spell. Okay, Deathmaster Snitch, Weaving Blades, Warp Star Claws, 280 points, pretty pricey. Grace here is 220 points now, and yeah, now you can. He used to be 240. You can take 200. Now you can actually. No, you can do that before. Never mind. 240 was, yeah, I think they were 240 before. You can put them on a War Litter, which is kind of cool, but I don't know. That's like asking for him to be shot up. Screaming Bell, 200 points. I believe the Screaming Bell was 200 points before. Yeah, so you could only put them on the Screaming Bell before. You can take up to 5 Warpstone tokens. Pretty cool. 10 points per token. That's not bad. So that's a cool little option. So they start off with D3 Warpstone tokens, and you can add up to 5 and basically have up to 8. So pretty interesting. All right. Warlord is 85 points. Pretty interesting. Warlord is, how much were they before? Were they 100? No, they were cheaper than that, I think. Or 90 points. Yeah. The pole arm, great weapon, additional hand weapon. There's just a lot you can do with this. It's kind of cool. You can put him on a Brood Horror for 150 points. I don't know if I would do that. You can put him on a Bone Breaker. I don't know if that's worth it either. You probably just put him in a unit. Messing stuff up. Put the Fell Blade on him. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to try out. The Vermin Lord is 450 points, and I'm telling you guys, a Vermin Lord as a Corruptor, 455 points is exactly what I would try out first. I would love to take that and see how he does in battle. Or she, I don't know. Plague Lord, 190 points. Just a upgraded Plague Priest, maybe armed the following additional hand weapons of 4 or 5 attacks with the Frenzy. You could put the Plague. I would put the Plague Sensor on him. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to be doing strength 6 on the charge, strength 6 on the charge, and then people are going to be taking toughness tests left and right. So, going to be a killy guy. Yeah, pretty cool. You can put him on the Plague Furnace for 150 points, but the Plague Furnace got nerfed big time. Master Assassin's 155 points. You can put a Blowpipe on him. I don't know what the Blowpipe does, but it sounds cool. I guess you could find it in the Eshin tools or whatever. Tail weapon, which is better, I think. Remember, I think it actually goes at the bear strength or the character strength. 100 points worth of tool stuff. Eshin Sorcerer Lord, 175 points. Strength 3, toughness 4, up to 100 points. Yeah, I guess you could do. Dang, that's pricey. 175 points. Yeah, only a level 3. You can't put them up to a level 4. So, not sure how I feel about that right yet. Master Mutator is 4, toughness 4, 3 attacks. Also Lord. You can put the Things Catcher on him. You can put the Great Weapon on him. You can put a Bone Breaker on him. You can put a Brood Horror on him. May take Clan Mortar Beast Prods. So you can take the prod thingies. Warlock Master Engineer. So that's the one that you can basically a level 3. Can you make him a level 4? No, you can't. This is the one. I guess you could give him a polearm, strength 4. You can give him 5 warp stone tokens. That's kind of cool. You can give him gear from the Clan Scryer or the magic items or whatever. Heroes, Trench Clementel. I just wouldn't take this guy. 110 points. Squeal Gnawtooth, only 85 points. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Master Molders are worth taking. I really don't know. Here's a Chieftain. Basically going to be your BSB. You can upgrade him for 25 points. I would definitely put like a ward save on him or something like that, maybe. Or just put the Doom Rocket, the Nerf Doom Rocket on him. Was it Nerf? I don't remember what it was. I think it was. What else? Here's all the mounts you can get. The War Litter, the Great Pox Rat, the Brood Horror, the Bone Breaker. Okay. Plague Priest, 95 points. I think that's about the same. Actually, it was 100 points, so 5 points less. Put the Plague Sensor on him. The Plague Sensor is actually cheaper. It used to be 16 points. Now it's 12. I like that. Yeah, the Plague Priests are just solid, except the only thing so you cannot make a Plague Priest a level 2. It's only a level 1. That part I'm not crazy about. Assassin is 110 points, which is still pretty pricey. Let's see what else he's hidden. 5 up Dark. He does have a 5 up Ward, so that's pretty. I want to say they had that before. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that. Assassins had a 4 up Dodge, actually, and they used to have Always Strikes First, so they've actually been pretty nerfed. So not great. Eshin Sorcerer is only 75 points, so it'd be a low level stealth lore wizard, level 2 for 35 points, so it'd be 110 points. For that, I don't know, it'd be interesting to try them out. Heroes, Master Mono, 35 points. It's super cheap. I guess you have to take one. You'd have to take one with wait, no, you don't have to take one with the giant rats or anything like that. Whatever. I don't know if he's worth it. Warlock Engineer is way more expensive. Snap. They're way more expensive. Yeah. Warlock Engineer was 15 points before, I think. Of course, he didn't have as much stuff, so whatever. But let's see. Now he used to just have a hand weapon. Now he's got light armor. And he's already a level 1. So basically, he's already a level 1. So you're talking 35 points plus light armor. I don't know if that's worth the points, but I like having the option of just having a 15-point Warlock Engineer. So I'm not crazy about that they just come with that automatically, but I don't know. You can give him Warp Stone tokens and give him magic items, and then become level 2. So basically, level 2 for 110 points. That's pretty cheap. But yeah, Screaming Bell just overall got nerfed. If I remember correctly, yeah. Plague Furnace 2, oh man. So some stuff got nerfed, some stuff got way better. I'd say more stuff got nerfed than got way better. We already looked at this. Skaven slaves. Let's go look at this. Storm vermin, 7 points per model. Medium armor, 5 up armor save, and then you can add shields, which would be a 4 up armor save. You can give them a pole arm, which would give them +4, which is basically a halberd. Here's what's cool, guys. You can add weapon teams to Storm Vermin. Before, you could only do that to clan rats, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go check that out. Before, it used to be just, just clan rats, Storm Vermin. Oh no, never mind. I'm stupid. You could actually add it to them. So let's see what kind of points we're talking here. So 65. So it's actually cheaper for all these things. It's a little bit cheaper. 70 points used to be for the Warfire Thrower, 65 points for the Poison Wind Mortar. So everything got a little bit cheaper. The Doom Flayer is 35 points, but if anything, got a little bit better, but I would still probably never take it. Same thing over here. So Skaven Slaves, hand weapon, 20 points. You have to have 20 of them, 2 points per model. Don't know why you would get champions. I guess if anything, this is kind of interesting, guys. I guess it's the same as before. You can put slings on them. They have ballistic skill too. Half point per model. I mean, let's see. You have 20 of them. Or is that 10 points more? They can actually shoot stuff with shields on them. I don't know if it's worth it, guys. Maybe you put I don't know. Let's say you put a unit of 20 of them and just put slings on them and they can shoot. Whatever. I don't know if that's really worth it. I really don't know. Whatever. Slaves don't matter. Skaven slaves don't matter, I should say. Weapons team, blah, blah, blah. Core units, Plague Monks, 8 points a model. Interesting. So Plague Monks got cheaper. They used to be 11 points or 7. Oh, no. They got more expensive. I'm stupid. 7 points per model went to 8. They have 2 hand weapons. They don't have... Do they not have friends? Oh, yeah, they do. So, yeah, just straight up more expensive. Not great. All right, Night Runners, 6-point model. They got cheaper because they used to be 7 points each. So I like that. Night Runners may upgrade to 10 points. I don't know why you would just get another one. I guess he has... No, see, it's what I don't understand, guys. You should probably just get another one for 6 points instead of... Then you have, let's say you're going to get 10 of them. Just get 11 of them. It's just no point. The entire unit may have slings for 1 point per model. Pretty cool. I should have taken this last game I played. I didn't take any, and it bit me in the ass because I got these stupid... what's the Orcs and Goblins thing? It's the Doom Diver was killing me. Just brutal. 30 points for Warp Grinder. So that's actually cheaper. It used to be 60. So that actually might make it worth it for the Warp Grinder. Giant Rats, 2 points per model. I used to be 3 points. Interesting. I don't know. I've never tried that. 25 points for the Rat Swarms. I just think for 25 points, you have 8 wounds to work through. Of course, it's Strength 1, Toughness 1. It used to be Strength 2, Toughness 2. You know what? You're trading wounds. It's still more wounds. They have to focus on it, right? So it's going to be something that they need to pay attention to. All right. Gutter Runners, 10 points per model. They used to be more expensive. I think they're 12 or something like that. Interesting. Pretty cool. 5+. See, before you can only have 15 of them total, and now you can have 5+. All right, so cool. Excuse me. Just burped. Poison attacks, only 2 points per model. They used to be 5 points per model before. Gutter Runners got improved. They definitely got improved. You can put a Warp Grinder on them for 20 points. So another thing that's got improved, all right? Sensor Bearers, 13 points per model. Used to be 16. That's just solid. Once again, I don't understand why you wouldn't just get an additional model, for 10 points or for 13 points. And you know what? Never mind. This is actually the right way. It should be less. So you can just upgrade one, get 2 attacks. But you know what? Then it's still only 1 wound. I don't know. Maybe I'll take the other wound and extra attack for 13 points instead of just getting 1 extra attack for 10 points. So let me know what you think about that. So Plague Rats, I forgot which one. It's a Swarm as well. So they just get poison attacks and it's 30 points instead of 25. I think I like that. I don't know. Wolf Rats. So there's only 6 points per model. They have Vanguard, Bloated Mutants. I don't know what this stuff do. Oh, these are the extra things that you can give them. That's pretty solid. You can get a group of 10 of them for 60 points and maybe 70, 80 points or something like that. And they're frenzied as well. So that's something you have to watch out for. And I love the Strength 4. Weapon Skill 4, Strength 4. Initiative 4. I mean, 2 attacks each, guys. This is a solid little unit. Solid little unit. Rat Ogres, 33 points per model is actually cheaper. Used to be 40. They're frenzied. They don't cause fear anymore, except they have stupidity. So they definitely have been nerfed, but they have all these other options you can add to them. So you definitely want to probably try the brain transplant if you're not gonna have something close by where they can use the what's it called, the general leadership or the character's leadership. So special Giselles are only 20 points per model. They are 20 points per model. All right. Giselle are solid. I so want to try them out. I have not tried them out yet. They just look like they're solid. Poison Wind Globadiers look a little bit more interesting now. I think I might just try it. And they can be accompanied with a Poison Wind Mortar for 5 points less. Used to be 65. Pretty cool. Yeah. Except they don't have volley from the back. So they used to have volley from the back, which means you can attack in 2 ranks, I'm guessing. So yeah. All right. Now I want to see the most important one. I want to see how much the help it is. So here's the Eshin Triad. So you can have like 3. It's only 3 assassins all together. You can add bombs to them. Probably hear the train in the background. I don't know. I don't know if these guys are worth it. I really don't. They'll just be skirmishers. You know what? Maybe they are worth it. If they're skirmishers, they'll have to be paid attention to because they could mess up some war machines. So yeah, 105 points for 3 of them. That's pretty solid. Sort of like, and then you can add stuff to them, right? But Brood Horror's 150 points. I don't know if any of this stuff is worth it. Just seems like he'll get shot up in no time. Hell Pit Abomination is 225 points. You can add 10 points for Warp Stone Spike, so it's actually cheaper. But as I said before, my poor Hell Pit got nerfed like a mofo. It really did. It really did. And I'm so sad to see that. I do like the addition of the Storm Fiends, which are 50 points per model. You can add all kinds of crazy stuff for it. Dang, so 60 points per model for the Warpfire Wind Launchers. I mean, guys, they have medium armor, so give them a 5+ safe, so that's interesting. But man, they can do all kinds of crazy stuff. I think I would add, if I was going to use them, I would add maybe the Rattling Cannon, maybe the Warpfire. I don't know, dude. That's super expensive to lose them. I don't know. I wonder, almost in the unit must pick one of the following. So here's the funny thing, guys. You could have like 3 of them, and they can all have different stuff. That'd be an expensive unit, but still, it'd be fun to play with those guys. Plague Call Catapult, 100 points. It's frenzied. What the hell? So it's actually Plague Monks on there. So it's toughness. It's gonna be hard to kill the crew at least. There's 3 of them, right? So 3 Plague Monks are holding it. So that's kind of cool, but I guess you can't really charge with them. So all right, Warp Lightning Cannon, 100 points as it was before. Yep. Doom Wheel, 160 points. It used to be 150, I believe. The Doom Wheel, is it immune to psychology still? Yes, it is. I think it's about the same. It'd be interesting to try it out. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. I know this is a long video, but Skaven got so much to work through, and I kind of went back and forth on this one with the old book. So I really appreciate anybody that gives a crap about my channel. Let me know if you have any recommendation for another book, if you want me to look through another one or other kind of videos. I like listening to what y'all have to say. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you have a wonderful night, day, whatever it is, whatever the hell you are. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe with your thoughts, and if you think I'm worth subscribing to. Cheers.